my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. We are the Digital Dragons, and joining me here today we have got Tahko.
Hey everybody, I'm Tahko. Woo! I am played by Highwind.
We have got Vulwin.
Hi, I'm Ethan, or Chaos Gemini in chat. I'm playing the Furbolg Ranger, Vulwin Agar.
We have got Elora.
Hi, I'm Chips or Chip Starlight in the chat. I'm playing Elora.
We have got Irilyssa.
Hi everybody, I'm Jarard, aka Evil by Moonlight in chat, and I will be playing Irilyssa tonight.
And we've got Zagrax.
Hello, I'm Zach, who I've been in chat playing the Zagrax.
And you are super freaking loud. I'm going to turn you down a bit.
Uh-oh.
No, this is a good thing. Loud is good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got a lot more talking to do tonight. Right?
I mean, he is friends with a bunch of Americans, so obviously.
Alright, so who wants to give us a rundown of what happened last time?
I don't know. I think other people did a lot more than Elora.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of talking last week.
Anyone?
Person that
We
did
set up a
one.
med tent.
Oh my
We
God.
set
Not
up a
everybody all
med
at once.
We did. We did a lot of talking. We talked to the bright ones. They're pretty, the leader, Corin, is like, oh my, bright one, you are here. Wow, we're not doing anything bad. I can't believe you would... Someone is doing bad things. We'll have to do an investigation. And then we talked to the weird guy who turned out to just be a rich kid that's bored or something. And he's just doing bad experiments on Chardolin.
Is that the one that thought we were all dumb?
Yeah.
Or idiots? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We decided that wasn't getting us anywhere, so we start a medical checkup to see who has Chardolin embedded in them. And we set up a building, have areas for Tahko and Irilyssa to inspect people. And we spend a lot of time being concerned that people wouldn't line up, but people were really excited to get medical checkup, so it's going okay so far. We ended on Tahko realizing that the rich kid, Renaud, had clearly had Chardolin embedded in him, but there wasn't a scar. And Zagrax was hiding in the cellar the whole time.
Yep.
And Vulwin there was one dude that ran out of the clinic because he has Chardolin embedded and it's going kind of crazy. And Vulwin was like, I'm going to go after him later. That's what I remember.
Yeah, you stuck a hunter's mark on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much went after him right after I was like, hey, Irilyssa, you good? Okay. It's like, that person ran? Okay, yeah, I'll go take care of that.
You just corner him in an alley and pull out your bone spike, and you're like, I'll be your phlebotomist for tonight.
I probably just went over and knocked him out and then just started dragging him back.
So, yes.
Actually, I have a thought. Could I create a spell that purifies and takes any forces out any non-living material from a person's body?
Wow.
Interesting. I don't see why not. Yeah, I would say it probably requires a religion check of some kind to see if your god is willing to do this for you, but sure.
All right. Well, I'll throw one of those in. Actually, I'll once we're done with people, I'm gonna mull that over with Irilyssa to see if we can't come up with something together. You know, being the two healer clerics, one of our gods is bound to be cool with it.
Yes, absolutely.
So, could I? All right. Sound good to you?
Yeah.
All right. Any chance I could get a advantage on that religion roll then?
As is the two of you working together, I'll have you both roll a religion check to see how that goes.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're
'Cause I
both great
think
at
I'm gonna
this.
roll 2. Right. Oh, I got a 7. It's all in your hands now.
I
Oh,
got a
3,
3.
even better. Woo!
Well, maybe you shouldn't put it in those hands.
Give Give me a second.
Irilyssa
I mean, if
still
you
a little
combine
bit-
them, we have a 10,
a little bit,
and that's still
spiteful.
really bad.
No, that's 50-50.
I mean, the spell will work. It'll just take their teeth out, too. That's fine.
Yeah, the unintended consequence of the spell.
We're
is-
inventing dentistry. It's okay.
Sorry, bear with me just a
It's
second. I'm
crusty
just trying to
to
fix
clown
some of the
laugh.
stream stuff. Okay, so you. So Irilyssa's distracted throughout this with various patients coming in. You found someone that has some fairly alarming buboes starting to appear. And you're far more concerned with what this might potentially be rather than what Tahko is currently talking about. Tahko, being kind of left alone by Irilyssa for this, you start to focus your energies on trying to get one of your spells to work in this way. And you're not a stranger to corporeal magic. You've done quite a lot of healing of various peoples. So you are able to do this, but it will be a level 2 spell instead of a level 1.
Oh, I was thinking it'd be higher than that. Level 2 is perfect.
Because I was thinking it was basically you cast Cure Wounds and it forces the stuff out, but it's going to be a more difficult Cure Wounds, effectively.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take the Cure Wounds basis, but make it, like, Purify.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Imagine with how Tahko's magic works, it's just like him dropping maggots into a wound.
We can
not
come to
maggot.
how it looks when he tries it.
Sorry.
It just... My Cure Wounds just violently knits people back together. That's all.
Violently.
Thank
Okay.
you all for coming. At Off Muster today, we're talking about maggots.
Mm,
They were very useful medically, so
Ooh.
it's not impossible.
Any chance I can make it a ritual spell?
No. Not with a 7.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I'll say that this probably takes you an hour or so to prepare this. And
The whole time
Tahko... Sorry, go ahead.
The whole
Irilyssa.
time Irilyssa is just like, what the heck is he doing? As she's just inundated with patients.
Hmm.
And it is noticeable. Like, between the two of you, you had a good flow of patients coming in. And then suddenly, the queue seems to not move nearly as quickly. And you seem to be getting the bulk of them, Irilyssa. Probably for almost 2 hours.
Mhm.
And Tahko, I would like you to roll me a perception check, please. And Irilyssa.
Okay.
Boy.
There's a giant spider on the ceiling, and nobody knows.
7. We're rolling.
I do.
Oh, I'm curious.
I'm just going to go fix this stupid thing because it looks horrible. Sorry. Fixing templates for stream.
Can confirm there are no spiders on my ceiling.
Oh yeah. Double check.
Okay, so Irilyssa, you are far too busy with the other stuff that you are currently doing. However, Tahko, you do notice kind of sitting outside of the entry hall where you have most of the people coming into the waiting room, where they're then filtered out into either you or Irilyssa's practice. Outside of the queue, as you're finally finishing up with... No, not while you're finishing. You actually look out the window. Something interrupts
Okay.
your administrations while you're concentrating and thinking about how this magic would work. And just peering through the window, just looking in curiously, is a teenage girl that seems to be munching on something.
Okay, I'll give her a little wave. Hey.
She waves back, gives you a big smile, and offers out her hand. We'll say the window is open.
Oh, okay. Just bonk into the glass. Hi. And I'll. But what's in her hand? Is it like a foot?
Some nuts.
No. I'm. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. What you doing?
Healing people.
How do you do that?
It's complicated.
I'm smart. Try me.
It depends on how they're hurt. There's many different ways people can be hurt. Right now, we're making sure that nobody has any sickness that they don't know about. I'm also trying to use magic to help.
How would they not know that they're not sick or that they are sick?
So before you know that you're sick, there's a time when you are slightly sick, and there are hints that you are going to be sick, but not everybody knows what the hints are.
So what do you look for?
I'll rattle off a couple different things like sore spots forming near the lymph nodes, and slight coloration changes in skin, or not being able to have the same amount of stamina you normally would.
So you get tired.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I hate mornings. Well, okay. Bye.
Bye. Oh, what's your name?
My name.
What's your name?
Flora.
Laura? I'm Tahko.
Flora with an F.
Oh, Flora.
Nice to meet you, Tahko. Good luck.
Nice to meet you. All right.
She gives you another dainty wave before skipping off down one of the paths. The many paths.
Tahko, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to get back to work.
Okay, just talking with a patient.
For 2 hours?
No, I was working on something else.
Well, tell me next time.
Oh, I tried to, but you were busy. I'll get back to work.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another medicine check, Irilyssa and Tahko.
Okay.
How many people did we get through last time?
Oh, yeah, you're on top of it. my
This
rhythm's
is so
broken.
annoyed.
Yeah, Irylyssa's kind of
Extra
angry
good.
medicing at the moment. Using her frustration at Tahko to just get stuff done. Whereas Tahko, you're still kind of mulling over the ramifications and possibilities of this new magic that you've come up with, and you're kind of eager to try it.
Oh.
Irilyssa, you... Where are my notes on that?
Ilyrys is giving folks forced chiropractic. Like, your spine's out of alignment.
So, Irilyssa, with the group of people that seem to have come in a bit later, there are another 3 patients that seem to have some kind of injury pertaining to Shardolin, including one that is clearly self-mutilation.
Okay. I will make a note of the person who is doing the self-mutilation.
Okay. Give me a... What's that skill called? Not perception. The one that's about people. Insight check.
I'm good at that. Not good.
I mean, it's not difficult. So you've been kind of on the lookout for people in armor, either guards or most likely bright ones, and you have seen a couple of the bright ones coming in, and none of them seem to have any issues, and you just let them go again. But this one was quite raggedly dressed, potentially probably homeless.
Oh.
but you make a note of who they are, and they kind of...
I'm also gonna slip him 2 gold and say, just get a warm meal for tonight.
Oh, I thank you very much for this, miss. That's going to pay for more than just one meal tonight. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
God bless you. I guess it's the kind of thing you would say.
May Saloon watch over you.
Right, saloon, yeah. The silver one. Thank you. And he kind of shambles out of the doorway, kind of looking around, hiding and clutching the coins that you just given him to his chest, looking furtively around before scampering off into the shadows.
Precious.
In the meantime, is there anything that the rest of you want to be doing during this?
Hiding in a basement, maybe?
Just bringing back the runner. That's pretty much all I was doing.
Okay.
Facilitating people into the building.
Yeah, Elora, you're mostly on like management role at the moment,
Yeah.
guiding people into the right places. Okay, so Vulwin, if I remember correctly, we did do the athletics check and everything, so you managed to catch the guy and then bringing him back. How exactly are you bringing him back? Are you like tying him up, then making him walk? Are you slinging him over a shoulder?
Oh no, I knocked him out,
Okay.
and definitely slinged over the shoulder. So when I'm walking by like the group of people walking in, I'm not hiding it. I'm just carrying him over the shoulder, and occasionally get looks, and somebody's like close enough. I'm like, "You rad."
Roll
And I
intimidation.
just keep going.
Wow.
My favorite part is knowing it's not even like intended to intimidate, but it probably might. Let's see. Nope. Not that intimidating, but he ran.
So people do give you kind of a double take, and they clearly step out of your way as you come marching through with this guy. But because you're not purposely trying to intimidate people, they're not terrified of you, they're just kind of unsure about you. Except you do hear
What's the
murmur
matter?
of a father somewhere behind saying, "See, that's what happens if you don't go in for your appointments. The big bad one will come after you." Now remember, eat your greens, or he'll be after you for that too.
Vulwin hears that, and for just a moment, he's got a little smirk across his face.
I'll steal your thumbs.
But yeah, I'll bring it back to Irilyssa and Tahko and be like, "Hey, foul dub." I just walk in. I don't care what you're doing. I just walk in, like toss them on the table.
Roll me a d6, Elora, Irilyssa and Tahko.
Oh, okay. D6. Boop.
He's a lot
Tahko,
quieter now.
you walk into Tahko's room.
Okay, here you go. A lot quieter now. Might want to tie him up or something before he wakes up and starts running again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll pull out some rope and hawk tie him up.
I'm at the same time, I assume you have like another patient or something in there, and I'm just like looking that patient dead in the eye as I'm saying all of this.
Yep.
Yes, and this guy is kind of her shirt half open. He just kind of pulls it closed, not really knowing what to do, and he kind of slides off of the table that he was on.
Yeah, don't worry. He's good at what he does, mostly.
No, this. I'll point to the patient and be like, this patient has extreme mania and is a danger to himself and others.
Yeah.
What's a mania?
It's crazy.
Oh, he's crazy. Yeah, you should lock
Yeah.
those types up.
Well, that's what we're working on. Not a whole lot of places to lock him right now, but we'll figure it out in a bit.
Good for you. You know what? I've heard the Bright Ones have been locking people up. They've been running the patrols. They're acting out of one of the old guard barracks.
Oh, all right. Vulwin, could you take him there and have him locked up, please?
Don't you need to check him out?
No.
Sure.
Thanks.
I'll just grab the tied up person, toss him back over my shoulder, and then I'm gonna walk out. And
Thank you.
Let's see if I can find Irilyssa.
Okay. You have to search for all of about 5 seconds before just turning into the other room, which is Irilyssa's. Also, the door is currently shut, but it's easy enough to get in.
I'll just be like, hey, then I'll just open up the door and walk in. Tahko said for me to take this this guy to the barracks. That you want to check him out or anything? I went through the trouble of.
Did Tahko look him over?
No, I mean bound him up, but thought you might want to take a look.
All right, put him on the table.
Yeah, and he just walks over and kind of flops him over there. Legs are partially like sliding off the side. Don't really make any effort to slide them back.
All right, I'll give it. Was I originally the one that looked at this guy, or was it Tahko?
We'll say it was Tahko.
Okay, I'll give him the once over.
Just punch him.
Give me a medicine check.
That's what a once over means.
So,
Wow.
you can immediately see that he's just got this shard of Shardolin just kind of sticking through his shoulder, still poking out.
Oof, that's awful.
Yeah, that other bruise there that he's probably gonna have when he wakes up. That's from me.
I'm
Just
not
so you
worried
know.
about that. I don't know if I should try to remove this.
Remove what?
The shard.
Maybe that's a good idea.
Could be.
You wanna wake him up first? Or
No,
just
it's better if
realize
he's
it?
knocked out.
Okay.
If I go crazy, knock me out.
Wear gloves.
Ah,
He might have a pair in his pockets, actually.
it's been a long day. Tahko is not doing anything.
Well, that's pretty normal. Well, actually, that's not pretty normal. Usually does too much.
So Irilyssa will don a pair of gloves and attempt to pull out this shard without doing as much damage as she can.
Okay, I mean, using the roll that you had previously, it's not too hard. The main thing is pulling it out and then quickly staunching the flow. And you prepared some salves and poultices before you did this, and you kind of stuff the wound with those, with things that you know helps knit flesh together, and you sew the worst of it together just to keep the skin there. And you're not entirely sure if you'll survive this because infections are very, very frequent, especially for an injury that size, and you have no idea the infection effects of Shardolin.
Right. Well, I've done what I can. And I have this.
All right. Could I just leave him here with you? Big it up. Keep an eye on him, or do you want me to go bring him and toss him into the cells? Guess the bright ones are capturing people, locking people up. I think that's the way they phrased it. Seems a little
Okay.
odd, if you ask me.
Right. I guess just take him to the barracks. Can you take the shard with you and throw it down into the area where we have all the other pieces? Will you be my delivery boy?
He nods, and then he's like, I do this because I want to.
And I
And
appreciate
he's
the help.
gonna rifle around in the pockets of the person who's on the table and see if he can find his pair of gloves, and then put them on.
It's just
He's got-
wet hair in there.
Sure, go ahead and roll investigation check.
Sure. I
got
don't
a
think
pair
he's got
of-
a pair.
He does not have a pair of gloves because he is not a bright one. He's just a random townsfolk person.
He just has clumps of wet hair in his pocket.
Yeah. Just like,
Find those.
What?
they're all supposed to have. They're just supposed to have gloves. I mean, you're not even following the teachings if you don't have gloves. He's just mumbling as he's like patting down the pockets and turning them inside out. Like, hey, do you have an extra pair of gloves?
Oh, yes. And I'll find some.
Thanks.
Sure. So properly
And
gloved.
Yep. Sounds good. I will go ahead and put the crystal in a little pocket satchel and seal that up and sling the guy back over my shoulder and walk out and bring it to the barracks.
Okay, are you bringing it to the guard barracks or to the Bright One barracks?
Just to be clear, Irilyssa, when you said barracks, you're implying barracks, not Bright Ones, right?
Yes. Guard barracks.
Okay, that's why I thought too. Yeah, I'll bring him to the guard barracks.
Okay.
Something doesn't sit right with me about the locking people up in the Bright One stuff. Okay, yep.
Just give me a second.
All right, well, I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, they're in the center of town, so they're probably like a street away.
Right, just a block over. Just be like, I'll be back.
Unfortunately, the guard barracks is completely ruined.
Flash forward to me standing in front of it. Huh. And I just set the guy down in front of it. Walk away. No, I can't. Yeah, I'll bring him
Here
to
you
the.
go.
I'll bring him to the Bright Ones place.
Okay, do you know where it is?
Actually, can I bring them to the? Bring them to the center camp with Duvesa.
I mean, you're basically in the town center area
Okay.
anyway.
I'm just gonna find Duvesa or something and let her know.
Okay.
Just to keep an eye on this person. Get like a guard to like watch them. And if we're actually able to speak in private, I'll let her know the secret details about what has happened,
Okay,
which is the fact that it's had the crystal removed.
gotcha.
Sure. Yeah.
She sends off a messenger, and a couple of seconds later, Sheriff Markham shows up, who is the guard captain, and he basically takes charge of him. Two guards pull the guy to his feet, and they just drag him off in one direction. And Duvesa
Wonderful.
stands patiently and listens to the description that you are offering, and basically just tells Markham to lock him in a single cell, not with the others.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, cool. That's me. I go back, help out with whatever I can, just make sure there's no other runners. Watch
Okay.
stuff.
So by this point, I would say that the day is getting on. You have been at it for quite a long time. Tahko, you and Irilyssa in particular are getting quite tired because it takes a heck of a lot of focus to do this medicine check, and it's also just really freaking monotonous.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So you are feeling your focus fizzle a little. You can continue, but it might be more
I'll
difficult.
continue.
All right, give me another
Yeah.
medicine check. And Irilyssa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want us to do like a con check to not get fatigued or anything?
Nope, just medicine. I'll just
All right.
increase the DC.
No, I'm not doing great.
Yeah, so Tahko, you...
I
Actually,
don't want to heal people.
You're preoccupied with that new spell you have. You're just like, I want to use this.
I want to purge people, make them clean again.
So, Irilyssa, again, your day is actually passing pretty quickly. You feel really positive and good about how things are going at the moment. You are doing good in the community, which is definitely one of the core tenets that Saloon bestows upon you, and I want you to have a inspiration, which is something I don't usually use, but I think in this instance it is, well, gift granted. So inspiration basically lets you choose when to use an advantage for free.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you have that. A patient goes into Irilyssa's room just as you emerge, Tahko, and you see that this guy has like a metal spike through his forearm.
Yeesh. Okay. He's going to Ilyryssa's room?
Mhm.
Well, that's her problem then.
Okay. He goes into Irilyssa's room. You see to the next patient, which is just someone with a slight cough. They kind of half-heartedly kind of go when you ask them to cough, just to see what's up with them. But otherwise, the day passes relatively uneventful from here.
Okay.
Until it is evening, and the crowds noticeably begin thinning as people either get bored of queuing for so long, or just you finished. They head home.
Okay. Finally. Jeez. Helping people such a chore.
I must say, at this point, you lot all meet up in the butcher's chamber, butcher's shop. Except Zagrax.
Ugh.
I imagine that Irilyssa is just sitting in a chair, like, slowly kind of just nodding off. Huh?
Aside from that rudder, it was a pretty boring day, but found myself almost nodding off.
Same.
Well, how many people did we help? Surely
Huh?
it was a boon to the city.
I mean, in terms of the minor ailments, you did a lot. Quite a few broken bones were reset. Several infections either cut out. You did have to do one amputation of a particularly gangrenous leg that somebody had been trying to hide. But the number of Shardolin-related injuries was remarkably few, and all of the bright ones who came in, none of them had signs of mutilation.
Okay.
But you did notice that, like, Ronald's arm was, like, sore, but there wasn't, like, scar.
Yeah. Well, you don't know that, but I do.
No, I'm just reminding you because you're Tahko.
Never tell us.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Oof, what a busy day.
Well, did we find anything out about the bright ones?
Well,
Yeah?
all the patients that I checked that had evidence of mutilation weren't bright ones. Or not bright ones.
Yeah, I had at least one person who almost definitely has Shardolin inside him, but has no evidence of a scar. So they're hiding it better. So that's awful. It's going to make it just a crapshoot. However, I have developed. I slowed down during the day because I developed a spell that can purify a body, a living body, of anything that doesn't belong. So I should be able to cast that and purge anything inside them that's not supposed to be there, like old arrowheads or,
Guards of Shardolin.
yeah, splinters, whatever.
You should have helped that guy
Fishing
that
hook.
had that metal spike in his arm. It took me almost an hour to get that out.
Oh, well, fun. You could have let me know you needed help. I had a guy who had a very weak cough. It was tough figuring out, if it was a lung issue or not. So
I think in the middle of the day I yelled at you to get back to work.
Oh, no, I did get back to work. That was a wee thing came up to my window and was chatting with me for a little bit. So
Like a fairy?
could have been. I think it was just a human though. They're about the same size.
Am I free?
Yeah, she had a fairy-ish name though. I think it was Flora.
I suppose if you were going to name a fairy, that is a pretty apt name.
Right. So I had a few distractions. You were really running right through it. It was impressive. But luckily, Vulwin here managed to catch the guy that had a big chunk sticking out of his arm, and he should be locked up at the barracks, so I should be able to test the spell on a person that very obviously has Shardolin sticking out of them. So we'll know right away tomorrow if the spell works.
About that, the barracks is gone. There's no more barracks.
Also, I removed that shard.
Why did you remove that shard? Now it's going to become a horrible infection.
Well, that's...
I mean, if he's got the will to fight through it, he can get through it.
So you just let him go after that? He's not locked up anywhere? He could still have more Shardolin in him.
Oh no, as far as I know, he's still not awake. Left it with the guards at Tevace's encampment. I figure if he wakes up, we'd want to make sure that he's not still going mad.
Yeah, that's what you meant by not awake. Good. I worried for a second. Okay, I can still test the spell on him. The rather foppish fellow also has Shardolin in him, and I believe is completely unaware of it. But he has no evidence of a scar, so some part of him may have got magical healing to remove it. So I can also test the spell out on him.
How would he be unaware of it?
I'm not sure, but he seems to... I know that he's up to something, but he also seems genuine and wanting to try and help. So I think his mind may be somehow split in two. He does actions and isn't aware of them, maybe?
Or he's lying.
Or he's lying.
People do.
Yeah, but when it comes to magic, it can do all sorts of weird things, especially when it's mental influencing magic.
Wizards are the worst at lying. I mean, best, but worst.
Maybe Elora can reach into his mind.
Yeah, Elora,
Done
you
that
wanna...
before.
Who, though?
I can't
Renaud.
remember it.
Renaud?
Yeah, Renaud. That's...
I mean, I sort of reached into his mind, and all he had to think was, wow, these people are all idiots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told you that, earlier today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ah,
really.
yes, okay. It's been a long day.
Well, joke's on him.
But, yeah, I could. He would know, that probing his, but...
That's fine.
You don't care?
No, not at all. He thinks I'm an idiot. He's getting what's coming to him now.
None of
Maybe
us are...
if we ask a question about Shardolin again.
I was going to say that someone should follow him for a day or so, but none of us are particularly sneaky.
I was thinking
Vulwin
that...
is.
Well, that's very true. Vulwin is quite talented.
I was thinking that we would just invite him back to see us, and then you read his mind while we talk to him, and then I'll just cast my spell on him to purge him of Shardolin, and then we'll discuss that afterwards and see how his mind has changed.
Yeah.
It's not a very long spell. It's just like casting a Cure Wounds, except it just removes impurities. Which should be really handy for infections, now that I think of it.
Elora, when you talk to Danica, can you hear the other voices of the Ascendants?
I don't think so.
Or is it... Oh.
No.
No.
No, it's just Danica. But that's like a special thing that only the slug can.
I know.
But
Wondering if,
I remember before she was ascended, I did talk to the other voices that were in her head.
Oh.
So, maybe.
That was just I was wondering if his mind was split in two, would you be able to hear both sides talking?
Possible. But I only tried to do that when Danica was unconscious. And there was something else talking to her, so...
I don't want to
somehow
knock
we used her brain as a conduit.
Right. They were telling us to come out to the. Okay.
So you don't want to knock him unconscious, but you want to cast something that will force a crystal out of his body while he's awake.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
So
honestly, we should.
it's important
For
to know how.
his sake, we should knock him out.
Well, I want to know how painful it'll be when it takes
I was saying,
effect.
I
And
don't
you
think
can only
that
really
matters
measure
when
that
you're
when he's
there.
conscious.
I don't
Wow.
intentionally cause people pain unless they deserve it.
Okay, we'll knock him out. That sounds less painful.
Well, I mean, I could put him to sleep.
Oh, okay, that would work.
Throw a bunch of rose petals in his face.
Or you could just drug his wine.
We could do that. Do you still
Or
have
you could just-
your? Did you ever check on your friend that gave us the rockets?
No, I've been too busy. No, I have poison daggers and cyanide, but no, nothing to knock him out. Sadly,
I'm not trying to kill him
I know.
yet.
That's why this wouldn't work.
We should also ask Devesa what she knows about this guy, whether he's just an arrogant tool normally, or if this is a new persona that he's put on.
I think he's an arrogant tool either way, but okay.
I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, is anyone else concerned that the Bright Ones seem to be locking people up at their hold?
No.
Yes,
Yes.
but they are assuming, guardhood, so they probably think they're doing what is right.
Yeah.
Also, we should probably have this conversation with Zagrax.
Zagrax are you here yet?
No,
Did we not go down in the basement to have this conversation?
No, we're still in the butcher shop.
He's just hiding in the cellar.
Yeah, that's a.
I mean,
Has become cool.
Okay, let's go get Zagrax then.
no, let's go to Zagrax.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason he's hiding.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you head over to Vasa's lean-to. She's not there at present, but it's easy enough to go in and then downstairs.
Okay.
When you enter, you just see whoever comes on first gets started. They just see a bear sleeping in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'll tell Tahko and Irilyssa once we get into that the encampment, the main area, to keep an eye out on the sides of the tent, because I think the trapdoor stuff to deposit the crystals in that place. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So just got to get rid of that thing you had earlier. You gave me.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, if I have access, perfect. Just wait out here.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I can get access to that, if there wasn't any wasn't locked up or anything.
That's where we're going.
Yeah, I know.
Zagrax sleeps on the pile of shardwood all day.
Well, it's not,
He's our shardwood protection bear.
No, because the downstairs of the town hall was an old prison. So one of the prison cells, like the commoner one, has been locked up, and that's where the Shardlin's kept. And then you guys have been camping out in one of the other cells.
Yeah.
So no, it is locked, but you can toss it between the bars of the cage.
nah.
Nah.
Is it just a pile of shuttle in there, or is there another place that it's?
No, it's just so it is a closed off room with a door, but you can just throw it because it's a small piece through the bars.
I understand
of the
what
window.
it is now. Okay, yeah. No, I'll make sure I have my gloves on still. I'll reach in, take it out, and toss it in.
Okay, ding ding ding. You chuck it in. It's added to the pile,
Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go back.
and you
So
head
you
over
turn
to
around to the other cell.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
You act like you're surprised to see me.
No, you
No,
don't
we
really
want you
head
to do that
anywhere.
whole
Is what I'm
thing.
saying. Yeah, I think your sense of scale is way too big for what's going on down here.
And Zagrax, are you in full bear form at the moment, or are you in hybrid?
Hybrid.
Okay.
We can
Oh, he's asleep.
basically relay all the information that we had just talked about to Zagrax.
Yeah, I hope he's done more than just sleep all day.
Yeah, you guys finally back? It took you long enough.
I want to sleep all
It
day.
was like a one whole day it did, yeah.
I was bored.
Mhm.
Couldn't have been fun just sitting down here.
You just kind of like look at him, and he's just kind of like trying not to show on his face that he's been like sleeping for a majority of the time.
It's all like plastered on one side, all the fur's matted.
You know, you can't keep us being down here all the time. We'll never get to see the city that way.
Well, after a certain change, as he goes and looks over himself, I don't much care for city life as much anymore.
Do you want us to bring you some like half-burned books?
To read half of it.
Why? Oh. No.
No? Alright.
No, I don't think we're going to be here, hopefully, for too much longer.
Hopefully.
Oh, well, what do you think we should do? Should we go call Renault over again? Knock him out? Get the crystal out?
No, because I
Mind?
don't have the spell prepared. I'll have it prepared for tomorrow.
We can do it.
Yeah. And honestly, I think I should test it on the fellow we knocked out and removed the crystal first, just in case there's any more in him. We'll assess how sane he is tomorrow, I guess.
Okay.
Yep.
And then when do we want to announce my presence to the rest of them, you think?
That's your call.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
ready.
you want to.
Yeah, it might make it easier for us.
Yeah.
Considering we only found, if I remember correctly, you said one homeless guy with the mutilations, and then some possible feelings that the other guy hasn't embedded in without scars.
Yeah, they no longer have scars. So it's very hard to tell without casting a spell who has it and who doesn't.
Nice.
Yeah. But hopefully, once we pull the crystal from their mind, they'll remember what they did and who they spoke to under the effects. And hopefully they've been corroborating. So they can point out each other as we go along.
Just gotta pull one string to unravel it all.
Hopefully. It's a lot of hope.
So what are you doing?
I'm just resting in the morning.
Well, I'm gonna go sleep.
I'm going to drink a whole lot, probably finish off that hogshead of good mead, and then pass out.
Dang.
I'll share it if you want.
No, I'm going to sleep.
Begrudgingly. Roll me a con check, please, Tahko.
All right. I'm good at those.
Okay, then.
23.
You weren't kidding when you said, I'm going to finish this thing. And kind of glance around, offer it to Vulwin, and he said, no, I'm going to bed. Yeah, shrug, and tip it to your lips, and say, oh, it's nice. I'd like a bit more of that, and just keeps on going down, and this is really quite refreshing. Eventually you do finish off the whole hogshead. And you have a very pleasant flavour of honey in your mouth, which seems to linger for quite some time, but otherwise has very little effect. It just makes you feel warm. Like warmer than you felt for quite some time. It's quite comfortable.
Good. I'll just fall asleep hugging the jug. Just cradling it.
Okay.
Oh.
And with that, the rest of you settle down for the night and let the evening pass. Until in the morning, Vulwin, you open your eyes and look around, letting your eyes adjust to the darkness down there, and you can just about make out the huge form of Tahko cradled around something.
Okay. Alright, I guess he did finish it all. And, yeah. He'll get up and start his day now that he's actually had a good night's sleep.
Okay. And in time, the rest of you awaken, Tahko last of all.
Mm-hmm.
But what a good long sleep it is. All right, and I will prepare my spells because I have a new one.
Right.
So, what's the plan? We gonna knock out that Pappas idiot? Or we just gonna pop the shard right out of him?
Well, first things first.
Personally, I don't really care.
Elora gets Death Ward.
Yay!
I know that only lasts for 8 hours, right?
Yeah,
Pretty much a whole day.
I mean a third of a day at the very least.
Yeah, a day for you guys is usually 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's go see a man in a cage.
Oh yeah.
So you head upstairs and you find that Devesa is actually already up and about. She's outside talking in low voice to Sheriff Markham. And they're discussing some things. They see the temp flap pulled aside. They tense for a moment before seeing who it is emerging. And they give you a bit of a nod.
Actually, it probably wouldn't be that bright because
Nope.
we're in a darkened hell world. All right.
It does not take much for your eyes to adjust to this.
Good, good.
The sleepyheads have got up at last.
Yep.
So, what are your plans for today?
Well, we've checked out the town, and one fellow in particular had been driven mad and had a big chunk of Chardolin in him. We removed the Chardolin, but had him locked up. We want to do a checkup on him. And we'll figure it out from there.
Right, he was the one that you, Markham took. If you want to go and see him, Markham would take you to the temporary barracks if you wish.
Excellent. Thank you, Markham.
Markham gives you all a broad nod before gesturing and turning and starting to walk.
So I would like to point out Zagrax is going along in humanoid form with the hood over his head.
Give
Okay.
me a stealth check.
Welcome. Good to have you join us.
Get you a mask too while we're at it. A red dragonborn mask or something. See?
Right.
Ah,
Who knows?
Like, look,
I
it's
am
the
stealthy
bright
dragon
ones and the Phantom of the Opera.
See, Zagrax is all just like, hey, don't look at me, don't draw attention to me. It's like muttering at walking by people.
Ignore me!
Right.
It's not that. It's today is a surprisingly windy day, and you've got the hood up. And you're trying to pull it tight, but the gusts of wind just catch you by surprise every now and then. Just pulls it off, and then you have to kind of pull it back down again. And it does kind of feel like you're pulling more attention to yourself by the fact you're constantly trying to pull the hood up, despite the fact it's not snowing or raining.
It be what it be.
It's
But
blustery.
as far as I know, I'm stealthy as heck.
Absolutely, you are.
Annoyed, but stealthy as heck.
So you pass through the inner sanctum barricades, and one of the guards kind of just nods as you pass and does a bit of a double take at you, Zagrax. Gives you a longer nod, but doesn't actually say anything as you pass through the perimeter. And just outside of it is a very large house that is partially ruined, but you can see that there are signs of construction already going on, and there is a flag of Bryn Shander fluttering outside. Two of the guardsmen are standing, leaning on spears at the entrance to this thing. And as you approach, they stand more to attention, half presenting their spears towards you, but seeing that Markham is with you, they then relax and just go back to kind of leaning on the spears, looking bored. Well, this is what we call home at the moment. Come on in. We'll take you down to the lockup.
All right.
And he takes you down into the cellar where they have just a rudimentary set of cells down there. Glancing through some of the... in fact, you probably wouldn't even be able to see through because it's literally just wooden doors. They lead you to the end of the hallway, and pulling out a set of keys, Markham turns it, opens the door, and sitting in the centre of the room, legs crossed, is the man that you had taken the... Was this the one that you took the Chandelier out of?
Yes,
it was.
So
He's just kind of sitting in the centre of the room, just with a small pile of stones, just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he moves the stones aside again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Looks like he cowed at least.
Moves the stones aside again.
So-
1, 2.
While he's distracted, and before we go in, I am going to cast Zone of Truth, centered in his cell.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Zone of Truth. Let me just
I will
remind myself
post
what this
that.
thing does.
I'll post it in the chat.
That works too. Create a magical zone that guards against deception, 15-foot radius sphere centered on your point of choice within range. Till spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time will start to turn. They must make a charisma save. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie within the radius. Okay. Give me a second.
They can always just pass the check and lie all they want.
Well, you would know though.
Well, I know whether they pass or fail.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
That's built into
But the other thing too is it says that they know that they're under the effect
Yes.
of it. Is
They do.
That's okay.
I was going to ask why we didn't use that earlier, but now I see why we didn't use that earlier.
Well, it's kind of an
Sure.
Inquisitor style tool. Like you know it, they know it. Like there's suspicion. It's like, why would you be casting this? Do you think I'm lying?
Well,
That's a very-
Go ahead.
With some very careful, intentional wording, you can easily get around it if you're smart.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah,
I
it's
say,
like, yeah, I
speaking of
don't think you're lying.
Inquisition, Speaking of Inquisition, the whole we'll just have a look, sit the guy down and have Elora go through his thoughts.
Oh yeah,
That was
well, we could do that
positioning,
too.
and then we go into that zone of truth. We're starting
mean,
an Inquisition.
Yeah, you can use the mind that he'll know that you're probing in his mind too. That way we're catching him in 2 ways.
Oh, Elora will just look at what his surface thoughts are at the
Okay.
current moment.
Okay. Elora,
His
his
surface
surface
thoughts
thoughts
are probably
are
2.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah, I figured.
4, 5.
Just like,
Called it.
I don't know, maybe I'll hear somebody like talking to him,
But
and
the
she's like, nope.
the counting Elora you do recognise is obsessive. Like he'll get to 5 and then he'll start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even though the pile of stones is bigger, he will only ever go up to 5. Move the stones is just counted back into the main pile and then count out 5 again.
Okay. She will turn to the party and say, he really likes counting 5.
We know that.
That's all he's thinking,
Okay.
like,
And
obsessively, like over and over again.
Irilyssa, you know that he failed the check.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Hello there.
5. 1,
What
2,
what's your name?
3, 4, 5. Alfred.
5, 4, 3,
He
2.
said it.
1.
You talked for him.
Wait, what did he say?
2, 3, 4.
I'm sorry, could you repeat
5.
your name?
1, 2, 3. Alfred. 4,
Alfred. How are you feeling today, Alfred?
2, 3, 4, 5. Need to keep counting. 1, 2,
Why is that?
3, 4, 5. Just need to keep counting. 1, 2, 3.
What happens if you stop?
5. Don't know. Don't want to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5. 1, 2,
You
3,
have a pretty
4,
bad injury. We're going to
5.
come in and have a look at it for you, all right?
1, 2, 3, 4. He just nods. 5.
Okay. I'll go ahead and go in there.
2, 3.
And how's that big open gaping hole that we took Charlotte out? Did you at least sew it up afterwards, or?
Yes, it was sewn up. So go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Okay. My rolls lately. Ugh. Oh, never mind. All right, not a malpractice check.
Nice. So you see that the bandage is clearly soiled as he has been bleeding into it, and carefully you pull it aside and unwrap it. And feeling around the edges of the wound, there is a little bit of heat there, but nothing kind of unexpected. Like, it's definitely fighting off something within it, but it doesn't seem to be necrotic or anything like that.
Okay. All right. And did you close the wound with like stitches in your medicine kit, or did you leave it open, or did you close it with magic?
I did not close it with magic.
Okay. All right. I'll just let him know. I'm gonna attempt to heal your wound now, and I am going to first cast my new purify spell. Woo!
Okay.
So that'll actually take the stitches out too.
Yeah, probably will.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, here we go. Oh god.
Gonna have to redo his stitches.
So
No, I'll just magically heal him.
Oh.
I'm gonna like.
Well,
get
I
rid
guess
of
the question
all
is,
of
we're
his hair.
both living.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see that his wound is actually being kind of pulled apart as the stitches are just popping through the flesh. They're not being pulled out kindly. It's literally just being shredded, like being forced from the inside, just tearing at the skin where the skin had been attached by the stitches. And from within as well, non-living, yeah, bits of green herb start to pour out as well from the poultice, which Irilyssa had put inside. It just starts to seep out and starts to just splatter on the floor, just with big clumps of clotted blood.
Was this a good idea, Tahko?
Is there any Charlatan coming out as well?
You do see that on the side of his cheek, what had looked like just a scratch also starts to seep something. A little black piece pops out and just lands on the floor.
Okay. All right. Once the spell's done, I'll cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Just normal Cure Wounds to close up all this horror that we just saw.
Okay, so yeah, with the cure wounds, you're able to knit the flesh back together again. It still looks really ugly because of the sheer amount of damage you have just inflicted upon him. And he was kind of swaying a little bit, his eyes unfocused, reaching out towards his stones, but never quite able to really reach them before the pain just kind of took over. So he stopped counting for now, and he's just kind of sat swaying slightly, but no longer screaming in pain.
Well, that's good. I'm
gonna
going to...
put gloves and grab that Charlatan piece, or whatever the black
Okay.
stone piece was. Make sure he doesn't move it.
He
Or eat it.
doesn't even react to its presence. You just grab the little shard and pull it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing that Vulwin did and put it in a little pouch somewhere.
Okay.
Is it Charlatan that popped out?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay. All right. That was very painful, but you should make a recovery. Are you okay?
Feeling better. Must keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you mind
Yesterday...
Pauses for a
Yeah, you
moment.
outtake.
6,
Yeah.
7. And then he moves the pile back into the main pile and then starts counting again.
Oh, we're up to 7. Yeah, go ahead, if you would, Elora.
Alfred, do you mind if I do a mental check on you? It might feel weird, but it won't affect, like, hurt you at all.
Go ahead.
Okay.
1, 2.
Elora's
3.
going to use detect thoughts, and probe deeper into his mind to gain insight into its reasoning as to why it's doing that. It says it in the description. Why he is just counting forever. And it's his emotional state.
So
This is doing great.
it seems to just be a compulsion. So this is me, Mordred, not knowing very much about compulsive disorders. But he just seems to be compulsively needing to count to a number. Whether it's stones, whether it's something else, it doesn't really matter as long as his mind is constantly working on numbers.
Is there any like worry or anything looming large in his mind?
There's a little
It's
bit of
another-
boredom there, a little bit of frustration with the fact he has to keep on doing this.
Okay.
But also, like, if he ever pauses for a moment, he'll kind of try to wrench himself away from having to do it, and then lose the struggle. 6, 7.
Okay.
1, 2. He just keeps going.
Elora will stand up. Because she like acted like she was doing mental work when really she doesn't have to do anything.
He stood in front of him like,
She's like, ooh. Yeah.
I mean, wiggly fingers at him.
I think whatever this is, I don't think it causes magic.
Yesterday you were very upset and you ran away from the clinic. You also weren't counting at all yesterday. Do you remember yesterday at all?
darkness, blackness. I remember running, being terrified. They told me to get away from it, to flee the terror. Then just darkness. And I was here. Needed to count. 6, 7.
Okay.
1.
All right.
2.
I'm gonna cast detect magic on him and just stare at him for a little bit.
Okay. Let's
That's a
see
good way
what
to
this
see.
brings up.
Elora's like, I guess he just has to count.
See if this is a compulsion.
There is a very low level magical. What would be that? It's hard to describe actually. It's kind of, there isn't directly magic on him. It's like a lingering effect from something he had been in contact with previously, which does seem to have some kind of enchantment on it. In the way that it's altered the way his mind functions, but it doesn't seem to be present. It's just kind of this lingering malaise.
Interesting. So there is no magic there. There's just like a pale after effect of magic.
Bingo.
Okay. So casting dispel magic likely wouldn't help then.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a, what would this be? Arcana check, Irilyssa.
Arcana. A 12.
So you suspect that this is some kind of madness caused by the Shardolin, and with the Shardolin now having been removed, it might resolve itself depending on how long it was in contact with him, basically.
Oh, fun. He's just got a mild case of the crazies until he's better.
But you don't know if it's going to be permanent or not.
Yes. But
Well,
what we can infer is that He'd said that someone told him to get away from us, or
Right.
away from the clinic. So, someone is using Chardolin as like mind control, ensnaring, enchanting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying things we all already knew, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All right.
that's okay.
Yeah, but it's
But it
helpful
confirms
still.
it.
So this is a side effect of the Chardal. It's awful. So sorry.
Yeah. Try and go up in numbers above 7. Try and add a number each time you count through. All right. And then if you can stop counting, if you ever feel okay with that, just go ahead and stop.
5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. But there was a longer pause as he kind of hesitated on the air before going back to the 1.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you're feeling better. If just yell out if you need any help, and the guards should send for us.
Thank you for what you have done. When that piece impaled me, I did not feel myself for days.
Hmm.
Do you know of
2,
other people who have been similarly impaled?
6, 7. There have been... Yes. 1, 2, 3,
Do you know how many?
5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You might
No,
be
there are just others. 1,
Yeah.
2, 4.
Do they happen to gather in one spot?
Never gathered. Never needed to. 3,
Hmm.
needed.
5, 6, 7,
It's some kind of hive mind effect. All right.
8. 1,
Okay. Well, you get better. Let us know if you need anything.
4, 5. More stones. 6, 7,
Okay.
8.
Can do.
1, 2. And he just keeps counting there in the background as I'm guessing you guys back out.
Yeah, I'll take a look. How many stones does he have?
He probably has about 17.
Okay.
Okay. I'll do like a quick peek around on the floor outside, see if there's like a handful more.
I mean, this place is a half ruin, so yes, it's quite easy to get some more from out there.
Okay.
And you
Again,
can already
you know.
see that there are a couple of scuff marks, like maybe the guards had already given him some earlier.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll just give him another like 5 or 10 more, and then just a quick grab them and set them down in there.
Thank you. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
You got this.
Try
And walk out.
Okay.
All right. Well, obviously he's an extreme case. I don't think that people that have minor slivers will have that strong a reaction and recovery time. But the fact that his mind is conscious, even if it's compelled, that's still something.
Yes. Also, I think it's safe to say that whatever I had that dispelled that, I no longer have.
That's awful.
Because he looked at me multiple times.
That's... Yeah,
That's too bad.
that's really bad, yeah. Okay.
However, we know that this is an enchantment, and it's potential that we could dispel it for a time if we suspect someone is mind controlled by Jardlin.
Yeah, that's true. And I can just rip it out of their body now, so that's good too. Which I think we should...
That was horrifying to watch his stitches tear out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the poultice I was not expecting. That was something special.
Well,
But
yes, to prevent infection.
yeah. But his wound's clean, so
Yeah, I guess it's good that we could do that for him, but
I wonder if I cast a
Make
spell on
sense.
Trovis, how many random objects will come out.
Please don't.
I think just a lot of alcohol will seep out.
Yeah.
A lot of arrowheads would come out, would be my guess.
well, we don't. Who knows where he is right now?
I know, it's just a
More
thought
importantly, I know.
of the most riddled being I could think of. Yeah, I think we have a fop to purify next.
Going to grab him first.
The problem is how do we deal with the fact that I don't have going up and talking to the bright ones and then being like, oh, hey, we have people who are under the effects. We need your assistance, and I got nothing.
Wait, you presented yourself to them?
No, I haven't done anything yet. I'm just saying that if we do end up having these show up, I don't have the ability anymore. And so if they're like, hey, we have people locked up for you to cleanse.
Yeah, when they find the prior bright one is no longer bright, and they find that he's become corrupted with, whatever, then they might just, want to kill you.
Well, you gotta sell it some way.
Hmm.
Die right.
Honestly, I think the memory of you might cause them to do better good than even presenting yourself ever again. You might just want to come up with a new name. You practically have a new face, so that might work.
Yeah. I'll take a look at I assume there's the other guards and like Markham and stuff around.
Yes. And it's
They,
clear,
tracking the conversation.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to say that near anybody. Oh no.
It was clear when you were walking in with Markham, he knew exactly who you were. He seemed a little on edge, a little nervous around you, so he kind of kept at the front of the party as he was leading you there. But you did notice that he kind of glanced back towards you once or twice.
Just in case you tried to eat him.
Oh wait, no, you're in humanoid form, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, he just kind of. I'll say that he even struck up a brief conversation with you as you were walking, because you're one of his former guards. You know Markham pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. And talking with them, it seems like they haven't been brought. I don't even know if any of the. It's only the party that knows, isn't it? Currently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of assume Beldora knows everything, but
yeah, she knows. And if she knows, then I would assume Duvesa knows.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
And then at that point, who else knows?
No,
There's just the Tahko saying the corrupted and new face stuff, and just kind of seeing what the guard look on all the guards' faces is when Tahko's saying that.
Yeah, I did not want to say that near any guards. I assumed that we were aside from the county fellow, and then still far enough away from any prying ears.
Well,
we've made some new revelations on the nature of Charlatan corruption, and we can share that. I would just send a message, invite the Vela, to share what our examination has gotten, and invite him over for a drink.
you sure you don't want to just go there?
One thing that I really should point out, because I will admit this is me having forgotten certain things. When you were walking with Sheriff Markham, he did talk to you, Zagrax, about the fact that you'd been training the guards previously, and the fact that there are as many guards still alive as there are is probably thanks to your training. So within the guards, you're well respected, and you did get like a salute or two as you came in. But they're not bright ones. They don't hold you in that same... This is respect as opposed to worship.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
That's nice.
I'll-
Whether or not you're the
I'll
bright
take
one never
respect.
mattered.
Yeah.
I didn't even think they recognized him because I thought he was all covered up.
With a 4.
Yeah.
And these are guys that knew Zagrax. Like, they've worked with him,
Yeah.
they've trained with him. Some of them probably even served with him for several years. Markham in particular. The other thing that Markham will tell you is there are very few guards left. Like, we're talking 20 or less for the whole of Bryn
Wow.
Shander.
Proportional to the population, that's the right amount.
Does that
Less than.
include,
We'll say there's about 10 guards left total in this whole city.
Man, half of them just died.
Does that count the ones that are also bright ones? Because I know bright ones were.
No,
potentially-
generally the bright ones split off.
Okay.
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 There's not a whole lot of overlap between bright ones and cards, though.
The guards feel in a weird place with the bright ones because they are almost worshipped in the same way that Zagrax kind of is. Like, whenever they're near, they're kind of lauded. And some of the guards that are bright ones are now high-ranking members of the bright ones because they're guards.
Nice. Beautiful. All right. Sure.
So the high priesthood, if you like, of the bright ones are the guards.
Awesome. Talk about a promotion.
It could be worse. Could be worse.
But there aren't that many.
Could
There's
be.
like 2, probably.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Let's invite him as a collegiate, and then I'll just perch him. I would rather do this in private rather than around a whole lot of people, obviously.
So where are you doing this?
Probably back at Devace's tent.
Okay.
So what exactly are you saying, and to whom?
So I'll tell the guards that are on duty, hey, make sure the fellow in there gets all the rocks he needs. That's apparently really important for him to recover. Mentally.
Right, of course. It's not a problem. The way that prisoners go, he's pretty easy.
Yeah, if he starts speaking normally and isn't counting, let us know right away, because he may just be cured.
Will do.
And what was his name? Marcus? Markham?
Markham.
Markham. Do you know of the... I can't remember any of these names. What was the foppish fellow's name?
Reynold.
All right. Are you familiar with Renauld?
Reynold. You'll have to narrow that down. There are quite a few Reynolds in town.
The one who
Which
is...
pompous.
Yeah, one of the bright ones.
Whitfield.
Whitfield. Yeah.
Yeah, there are...
He's,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's working on trying to narrow down where Charlton is, and I think he might be interested in the news that we've uncovered.
Whitfield. Wow. I mean, yes, I'm doing Markham's voice completely wrong. Yeah, I know who Whitfield is. He's one of those nobles. Had a family around for years. Didn't really have much to do with the common folk, to be honest.
I think he has no choice anymore. I have no idea where he is. Do you know how to find him? I think he's with the Bright Ones.
If he's with the
Could
Bright
you
Ones, he'll almost certainly be in the old guard outpost that they've taken over and turned into a headquarters.
Okay. Could you please have a guard message him and tell him that we want to speak with him?
Oh, there.
Sure.
All right. Thank you. We'll be at Devace's tent.
All right.
Yeah.
could be a good idea to visit.
Yeah, we could
We
finally
did wonder
go
what this
there.
place looks like.
I can
Yeah.
tell you
Why
where it
not
is.
personally invite them?
Okay.
We don't have to, but it does feel like we're just delaying the inevitable.
I mean, somewhat.
Yeah.
I'd rather speak to him privately, given the nature of what we're speaking about, though.
Well, we could, but I think he talked about wanting more stuff for a workshop. Maybe
Oh,
if we
that's
show
also true.
interest, it'll be easier to invite him for dinner to discuss it even more.
Okay. All right. Let's go and see his workshop then.
All right. Well, if you go down to the southeast part of town, he gives you a bunch of directions to tell you where the Bright One headquarters is.
Okay.
And you head off there, broaching through the other side of the inner sanctum and going out the other side.
Okay. Once we're clear of anybody, I'll turn to Zagrax and just say, I hope you're ready for this. It's go time.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
I mean, yeah. I hope you're ready for this.
And that is where we'll go on break. Perfectly timed, really. So we'll take 7 minutes, so 25 to the hour. We shall reconvene, so we'll see you all soon.
Mm.
And we are back again. So,
Woo!
I believe that when we left off, you were on your way to the Bright One headquarters.
Yes.
Yeah, Bright One HQ.
Bright One HQ. Oh, yeah.
Gonna have a long lost reunion with their Bright One.
Okay, so you head to the directions which Markham had given you, and most of the structures of Bryn Shander have been levelled, but there is this one building which seems to be almost a little bit out of place, with the fact that it still has walls, although heavily repaired, mostly just woodwork, boards and that type of thing, planks assembled around it. It does have a large arching archway which leads into a small squat stone structure, and there are a couple of stone towers arrayed around the wall. It's not a really big building. It looks more like an enclosed courtyard than like an entire citadel or something like that. But it is quite clearly fortified. You can see that there are figures walking along the top of the parapets. And just as you're about to come into hailing distance, a quiet voice calls out from the shadows as you're about to walk past. Oh, it's you again. Hello.
Oh. I look into the shadows.
And there you
And
do
who is-
indeed see the young teenager munching again on a nut.
Oh, hello there.
Did you manage to cleanse any of the corruption that you were working on, fixing any of those wounds?
Yes, we actually just now cleansed a serious case, although he still has some compulsion issues. Do you live here? And I point to the Bright One's place.
In there? No. I'm still just make my home wherever I can find shelter for the night.
Oh, do you not have parents?
No, they died.
Ah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is there any help that you need to live?
I mean, if you find some more nuts, I'll take those.
Okay. I'm surprised you found what you did. I haven't seen nuts in a while.
I always carry a bit of a supply with me.
Mm.
I just particularly like these. Do you want some? She offers out a hand to the rest of you.
Oh, no, thank you.
Who is this?
Oh no, keep that by yourself. I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Is this your fairy?
Yes.
It's like a person to me.
Are you a fairy?
She's not a fairy. She is a rather malnourished, but definitely human teenager, probably 14, 15 or so.
Okay.
Yes, this is Flora.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you also a doctor?
Yes, I am.
And you helping Tahko with the injuries and the bad things?
Let's just say Tahko's helping me.
Oh, okay.
So have you found a way of pulling the bad things out of people?
Yes, actually, Tahko quite ingeniously found a way.
How?
Geniusly.
With magic.
Ooh, magic. And with that, she kind of jumps up, gives you a big beaming smile. I like magic. It's fascinating.
Mm.
Are you gifted?
No.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm just interested. I've heard all the stories about the wizards and the sorcerers and the great wizard kings and queens of old.
Mm.
Bunch of bullshit.
Hey, language. Punch Vulwin on the shoulder.
What? It's true.
Yeah, but language.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Well,
It's
anyway,
right. I've heard worse.
it was good. It's good running into you, but I'm afraid we have to go. There's still more people to help.
Of course. Good luck.
Thank you.
And she just stands there by the side of the street, just watching as you walk past. Heading into, or towards, the headquarters of the Bright Ones. And with that...
I'm gonna just pause a moment and let everybody else go in, and I'm just going to say to it, if you ever need shelter or help, just contact Duvesa. Have her let us know.
I will, thank you. You're a good one.
I'm trying to be.
She just smiles.
As we're walking away, Irilyssa, you've never seen her before? Well, I didn't treat her yesterday, so she hasn't been treating you.
And no, you haven't seen her before, Irilyssa. Definitely not.
I stopped and talked to her, so Tahko's trying to talk to me while I'm still talking to her.
I said as we walk away.
He did.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember treating her.
Okay. Then yeah, no, she hasn't been treated.
Inquisitive little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to get her in touch with Beldora.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach the walls, a voice from above calls out, "Who goes there?"
The Bright Ones. Like they
No.
can't tell is a Goliath is walking up with all these other tall
No,
people.
We're
Dragonborn.
the Dawnbringers, Tahko.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, we are. Scratch that. I wouldn't know who we are. My bad.
Yeah,
It's
he
been a
he
while.
had a lot to drink last night.
I did.
And this guy kind of just leans on the parapet. "Make up your mind. You Bright Ones, you Dawnbringers."
Dawnbringers.
Bringers.
Has the Bright One returned yet?
Yep.
He has.
Yep, he has.
Is
I
that
go,
him?
and I guess I'll go and flip off the cloak.
Ta-da!
Open the gate! It's the Bright One!
Just
Yeah,
punch
look at
Tahko in the
now.
shoulder when he says "ta-da."
You had all yesterday to think of a plan for this. It's all on you.
And with that, the two guards that you could see patrolling the walls disappear within the main encampment thing, and then 30 seconds later or so, you hear a heavy bar being withdrawn from the gates, and they are slowly pulled inwards, opening up, revealing 3 bright ones. You can see with the armbands around with the silver scale, standing there, kind of gawping at the party, like trying to look past each other. Is that him? Oh, forgive us, sir. Welcome back. Welcome home.
Thank you. I've heard you've been doing good work while we've been away.
I mean, we've tried. You laid out the tenets, and we've done what we could about that. We're all in this together, after all.
There we are.
Please come in, out of the cold. We got some warmth. It's not very much. We're still building, but we've done what we could. Please come in.
Thank you. We'll go in, and I assume there's a fire somewhere, and I'll just kind of keep distance a little bit from the fire.
So the room that you are in is actually fairly sparsely decorated. There's a chair or a table almost directly opposite the doorway with 2 chairs behind it, almost like a reception type thing, set up very brief. Basically, there is a chandelier up from the roof, up from the ceiling, which is illuminating part of the chamber, and then there's a couple of other torches offering light into this enclosed structure. And you can see that there are 2 bookcases at the back of the room, filled with various scrolls and documents and things like that. What can we do for you? It's great to have you back again. We should go and tell Corin. Yeah, we should definitely go tell Corin. And one of the bright ones turns and scarpers off. Before kind of pausing, he's like, "Or do you want to go and get Corin? I'll stay here with the bright one." No, you go. You volunteered. And then he heads off rather more dejectedly, with a glance over his shoulder every now and then, just to kind of make sure that the bright one is indeed there still. So, Your Majesty, Sir, Your Highness...
Just call me Zagrax, please.
Your Highness Zagrax, how was your pilgrimage? We heard you were on a pilgrimage.
I went pretty well, all things considered. I made it back.
Oh, we're wonderful pleased to hear that, sir.
I believe my compatriot here informed you that the dragon has been slain.
Yeah, so we heard. That restored a lot of good cheer to the whole town when we was told, and well done for that. Always believed you could. If anyone could, it would be you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got a head in it.
Zagrax will just kind of like look over at Vulwin, like, you're the one who started this. It wasn't me.
And a moment later, Corin reappears. Now I need to remember how the hell Corin spoke. I think he was kind of similar to the guard that I was just doing, but that's fine. No, he was a Brummy. Welcome back. You really are the bright one. I remember you well. Welcome back, sir. Welcome home. Can we offer you anything? We've got some meat downstairs and some other drinks. We could heat you up some coffee or something like that. I don't really know how to receive dignitaries. It's not something I ever learned when I was a fisherman.
No, thank you for the offers, but just go about your day like you normally would. As much as you can.
Hey, Tyrone, aren't you supposed to be up on the wall? Yeah. We'll go up on the wall then. Fine. And with that, the guard that you'd first been speaking to leaves and heads up the stairs, which were kind of hidden behind one of the bookshelves, leading up to the parapet, and disappears from view. The third guardsman kind of glances towards Corin. Corin like opens his mouth to speak, and then he just nods And he also leaves the chamber, and you imagine he was probably the other guard that was on the other wall that you guys saw earlier. So we could take you into the... this is just the office, really. Here, follow me to the mess. We'll take you downstairs, and you can see what we've got set up here.
You can say it's one of the nicer buildings around here. Still has walls.
We were lucky. Most of the guards that were here went up to the walls of Bryn Shander, and the dragon seems to have, for the most part, ignored this place. And being so far away from the centre, it was abandoned, so we took it, made it defensible, made it secure, made it homely, added a bit of our own touch here and there. He's talking now as he's basically leading you through this, and there's another doorway that he passes through, leading you back out into the cold. But there, here you see a small, almost drill yard with a fireplace in the centre with a couple of benches set up around it, and the embers, not embers, but the blackened remains of previous campfires from the centre of this. Leading you into a secondary chamber. This one also stone structure. A large grand staircase leading downwards with a couple of doorways around the edges. Most of our stuff is downstairs these days. It's the warmest. It's a lot of the buildings up here are still open to the elements. We're working on it, but it takes time and effort, and there aren't that many of us just yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not very many, it seems, left in the town as a whole.
And you notice that as you guys walk through the outpost, 3 or 4 other Bright Ones seem to have materialized from various places at the kind of whispers that the Bright One has returned. And they're kind of clustering around. You can hear them like saying, "It's the Bright One. He's back. Doesn't look very bright to me."
Wow.
That one hurt. That one.
It's like you can just stop and like look.
Wow.
No, it didn't actually hurt Zagrax because he didn't understand. But oopsie, that one hurt.
Oh.
So, what can we do for you? As he leads you down the grand staircase into the now slightly warmer and slightly cozier downstairs area.
Well, my companions and I are, since we slayed the dragon, that we would like to go and find and clean up all of the Shardlin that's still left around.
Right, we've been collecting what we can and then sending it off to Devesa for safekeeping. We always make sure we're wearing our gloves, and he pulls out the pair of gloves that he has in his pocket and waves them at you. Good. Shardlin's nothing to mess around with. No, I know that too well. As much as I try to forget it, I'll never forget that voice in my head. I'll never forget it. But then I saw you, lit up like the sun itself, and with that the voices in my head faded, and I was able to think for myself again. And even though my blade was bloody, I joined the fight again, and this time on the right side. I have that. Thank for
Zagrax
that.
walk up and he'll just go and put his hand on his shoulder, just kind of like a "don't worry about it" kind of thing.
That was a harrowing night for all of us.
Too right it was. Too right. But we can make a new beginning now, thanks to the efforts of the Bright One. It's given us a new lease on life, a new purpose, which many of us badly needed. Anyway, this is the main mess hall, and you can see now that there are a couple of trestle tables laid around. Most of them empty, though there are still trays with plates and cutlery hadn't been taken away. 1 or 2 of them with a half-eaten meal on it, and in the centre of this chamber are just 2 Bright Ones just kind of head low, just talking to each other. One of them kind of glances towards the group, but then doesn't really make a secondary appraisal after that, and Corin leads you over to the kitchen area, where a rather stout gentleman is stood, ladle in hand, stirring a large pot, his back to you. Here, cook. Look who we brought here with us. And the big gentleman turns. It's the bright one. You found him then. Well done, Corin. Well done. Can I get you anything? I'm the cook around here. You can call me Cook.
It's easy enough to remember.
Just look at Zagrax like, oh.
We don't go for big fancy names or titles or anything around like that. We just do what we do. And I'm the cook. I make food. And I sometimes eat it. If there's enough. With me cooking it, there's always enough. So what can I get you? Today we've got bone stew. And we've got some kind of goulash. Don't ask too many questions.
Bones.
Does kind of like gauge the party. I assume everybody's just as not wanting to partake as I am.
What's in the bone stew?
Bones.
He just kind of cocks a finger towards you, Vulwin.
He doesn't mince words.
All right.
He
I'll try a
minces
bowl.
meat and stuff, but not words.
So he pours out a very, very liquidy looking soup that has a couple of like potatoes or something floating around in it. It looks to be just kind of a heavy stock type thing rather than a stew or a soup. He hands that bowl over to you.
All right. I'll take it. I'll start.
Now get
eating
your
it.
own.
Is it good?
It's actually
Oh, it's
surprisingly decent. Like, it is incredibly watery, but there are one or two herbs in there spicing it up slightly. Clearly, they've made the best of what they can from a bad situation.
Wow,
That's
surprisingly
interesting.
good. Thank you.
I do my best. Wouldn't serve it to you if I wouldn't eat it myself.
Fair enough.
It's a good adage.
Yeah. This is pretty good. Doesn't need to be doctored up much.
No, it's the simple basics, like my mother taught us. Take a couple of knuckle bones from a pig or a goat, stir them in, add a bit of potato, boil it up for a day or two. That's what you get.
Mm.
Main ingredient's water, and there's plenty of that around here.
That there is.
Oh, there's meat in this. Oh, no animal.
There's bone in there. Well, it's the remnants of like boiled down bones.
I know. Is there any gluten in it now?
What's a gluten? So,
It's a bony monster that lives nearby. We'll probably make a really good stew.
if you've had enough, I don't really know what to say. If you have anything you'd like us to do, we can get started on that. What would you like
I
us to
believe
do?
we'd like to take a look at the workshop. And all of a sudden, he was in need of some equipment, and we need to we want to start looking into the crystals a bit more.
Right. Yeah, Reynolds in a kind of a basic place, but he's set up in one of the cells back there, and he kind of gestures around some of the walls at a back area to the underground area that you are now, and you can see that there are a set of iron bars covering the frontage of several structures. And heading over, you see that this is indeed an old prison. You can look in the cells. They are metal bars in front of them. It's not a wooden door, it's all metal, with basically a stone box underground with this little cot, a bucket, and nothing much else beyond that.
Are they the cells full?
Glancing around, doesn't seem to be. Although, as you walk past one section, you do see that there's a more shoddy room which has several cots in it, and you can hear the faint sound of snoring coming from one of those cots. And one of the other cells that you pass has had the front grate torn right off. There does seem to be a rather nicer bed in there, like a proper cot, and also a small desk with a candle lit on it and some parchment. Looks rather nicer than the rest.
Someone's sleeping in.
Right, yeah, that's Dribbles. He's a frequent resident, shall we say.
Oh. Is he committing some kind of crime, or does he just sleep here?
He's usually found drunk. Where exactly he finds the liquor, I don't know. But we take him down here for safekeeping.
Ah, alright.
It's a good call. Won't last long outside.
Good nickname.
Well, he does dribble a lot. Especially when he's been sleeping. Like, you don't want to be touching his pillow afterwards.
Ugh. Alright.
So I assume this is the workshop.
I'm not actually sure whose room this one is, but no, the workshop's a little further down. See here, I have my own office upstairs. I don't come down here that often. But the second cell down, that's where Reynold does his thing. And he pauses in front of a cell, pulls open the cage door, which was not locked, and you just see that there is a small writing desk in there with a very basic cot, and then dominating the rear of this cell is a very, very large portrait of Zagrax.
Nice.
How crude is it?
Very.
Perfect.
Is he standing on like a pile of skulls or anything?
He's standing with dragon wings curled out behind him, his foot resting on the top of a very large black skull, which you can't really make out.
Perfect.
We did what we could to make that portrait of you, sir, but Reynold pulled rank and put it down here for himself. I think he just really appreciates the work you've done for us all, and he wants it there as a reminder while he's working on his own things.
Have you seen him recently?
Not recently. He's usually to be found down here. I haven't heard that he's left.
Well,
I like
Not on patrol.
He must be. We don't keep a regular rota. Not as regular as I would like, anyway. We're still working on things like that.
Do you have a rough estimate how many people you have?
I would say there's probably 25 of us or so. At any one time, there's maybe 10 in the building. The rest will be out on patrol. We like to keep two patrols going at any time in the north and the south.
Given the attacks that happened, it might be a good idea to keep track where people are at all times, or at least keep record. If anybody goes missing, we don't want it to be unknown for a day or two.
I'll get writing on that. We do have a list of the membership, but we still need to make some more formal things. Processes, that's what they're called.
Could be the matter of life and death.
There's many things which are a matter of life and death. Just getting supplies has been our main thing to get this place built up and shipshape. Only recently have we started doing the actual patrolling.
What supplies are you still in dire need of?
Better question would be, what do we not need?
Fair enough.
And for that, I can tell you straw mattresses. We have quite a few of those.
Okay.
Never seem to get away from those, huh?
No.
Well, we have a good reputation with some of the other towns. We might be able to ask them for help to come in, and we might be able to. I think the towns still have a speaker, although we haven't spoken to him yet. But it would be good to start coordinating for the better of everybody.
One of the things I had heard was some of the stragglers still coming into town, saying that they'd seen a large group moving from, where was it? Coning? Going south.
Okay.
That makes sense.
It does.
Right? Because, like, Carconing got destroyed, so they have to leave?
No. It could be that that's an invading force that we need to go stop.
Yeah. That too?
Always so negative.
Better safe than sorry.
Did they say anything about what these groups looked like?
If they were aggressive.
Said it looked like a large caravan. They had several wagons and things. Big group of people, maybe 20 or 30.
Big group, like he points to Tahko, like big, like that big.
No, like us.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
me. Human. Maybe some Harfland, maybe some Neufears, I'm not sure.
Okay. Knife ears. Maybe some squat boys.
Possibly. Haven't seen too many of them around. They're mostly hiding underground. Anyway, if you want to wait around for Reynold when he returns, you're welcome to the place. I should probably get started on making those rotas. It was a good suggestion. I'll get on that now.
Thank you. If you wouldn't mind, just pass it on. You know, if anybody's seen him, let him know.
Yeah, of course. No problem.
Shouldn't keep the right one waiting.
No, definitely shouldn't. And if there is anything else I can do for you, your lordships are, just say. Is there anything else you need me to do?
No, thank you.
Okay. Right, rotas. Need to find some paper. And with that, he kind of shuffles away, twiddling something between his fingers as he kind of walking with head half down, clearly muttering some stuff under his breath as he goes. And from around the rest of the prison wing, you can see that there are several bright ones. One walking a lazy patrol around the prison itself, and he kind of looks at Zagrax and shakes his head and walks on.
Really? Shakes his head?
And then he kind of pauses, looks back again, shakes his head, walks a few more steps, and disappears around a corner eventually. And then looking back down way down the corridor, you can see that there are 3 or 4 heads kind of propped around the corner, looking down towards where you guys are. And as you look down towards where they are, those heads quickly disappear around the corner.
It can't be, is it?
So while we're waiting, I'm going to check out this, laboratory that we're in.
Sure.
What exactly am I looking at here?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm good at that. Can I get the advantage because I have a little spy eye thing?
You can.
Awesome. Investigation.
14. So the desk is fairly sparse. There are 1 or 2 sheets of paper, seemingly untouched. You see a couple of twigs with scraps of string tied around them. And that's about it.
Oh.
He wasn't kidding.
Any drawers or anything?
You open the drawer, nothing. You open another drawer, there's a couple of very, very dried bits of fruit that look moldy.
Okay. I didn't, did I purify food and drink? I don't think I did.
And with that, I'm going to go ahead and drop you where this place is so we can stop doing Theatre of the Mind.
Oh, alright.
As soon as my computer wakes up. Just refresh.
Wake up, wake up.
Do.
And I assume there's a chair at the desk?
There is, yes. More like a stool than a proper chair.
Ah, bright one, my lord. Would you care to have a seat while we wait?
Oh, shut up.
Very well,
Go.
my lord.
Very well.
I'm just gonna like give him a look and go walk back to the fancy room. Don't take a look at that.
As you wish, Bill.
At
I'm
this
not
point, I'm
laughing
gonna,
in game. I'm straight faced in like in Tahko.
I'm gonna grab like a rock or something around and like toss it at him.
Really? All right.
Hard.
The animosity.
I don't know why, but sometimes when I drag characters onto the screen, it just loads completely the wrong character.
Oh.
Oh, that's neat. It's like, nah, you wanted this one. This one's cool.
Like, I'm dragging you on, and like Irilyssa has 14 hit points for some reason. And Tahko, you have 19.
90.
No, I got 90 or 19.
19.
Oh, no, I got better.
I know. That's how I know that this is wrong.
Uh,
Oh man, Roll20 really doesn't like this laptop.
We're in a safe place. We're not going to need to deal with hit points right now anyway, so it's no big deal. Nothing bad will happen in here.
Absolutely nothing.
Totally.
Man. All right, let's all.
It's a cave.
No, we're in
It's
a
a cave.
facility.
Building.
Yeah.
Can't. Otherwise, we'd have to consider inns being like caves, and I'm not prepared for that kind of.
Yeah, no.
in my life.
We're, we're underground. That's why it's a
No.
cave.
Are we
No.
underground? I don't think so.
Yes,
I
you
think
are.
we're just
Yeah,
gonna...
Cellar-
You wouldn't consider
we're
a
underground.
cellar a cave.
Great.
It's not a cave. Like, this is definitely stoneworked. It's an underground prison.
Yeah, we're just in a prison. That's fine.
Okay, I don't know
That's
why
perfectly
the
reasonable.
characters are showing the wrong amounts of hit points. Hopefully that's just a graphical glitch.
I mean, I remember how many hit points I had.
That's also good.
Good.
I have it written down right here.
Proud of you.
Yeah. And don't forget, we get the 10 temporary ones. Woo!
We
Oh, yeah,
have
you're
since the beginning of the game.
Right? But
Pretty
it's been a
much. I mean,
while.
at this point.
Don't
It's
forget
been,
it.
Like, since what, like episode like 20. or
They
something?
are helpful.
They're
Yeah, they are.
incredibly helpful.
Thank you, Lysander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those hit points have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We
All
worked
right,
hard
well,
for
I'm going
those.
to go ahead and share this. Let me know if your characters are wrong or if you can't see everything you should.
Okay. Oh yeah, I look good.
Let me see.
Let's
Yeah.
take a look.
I can see for
Yeah,
forever.
sure.
Yeah, so looking at the Twitch version, I can see everyone's hit points is correct. So it's literally just my overview. Oh no, it's changed. It's updated.
Oh, good.
What the hell?
Wonderful.
I don't
Good
know
job.
what's happening.
You
The
did it.
wonders of technology.
Anyway, this is where you are at the moment. The room directly to your left was the one with the giant portrait on the wall.
Okay. That's
the
the
desk.
laboratory?
Yeah.
Okay. There's no table here.
No, there isn't.
Also, I can't even see in the corner over here. How is this guy doing any research in the dark?
That's the problem. You don't.
Mm.
There is no
I'll-
torch in there.
I'll take out my lantern
Okay.
and just attach it to my hip.
Yeah, just update your lights. If Roll20 allows me to. I got this thing run slowly. This is painful.
Yeah, lighting.
Mm.
Save. Okay.
Yay! Ooh.
So the light blue lines you can see on the map, that's just where the cages are, because the actual graphic on the map was really hard to see, so I just put those there.
Does he sleep here too?
There is a cot in there, yes.
Okay.
Which one's the fancy room?
You cannot see it at the moment, but it's the one that's down here.
Okay. I am going that way.
Okay.
fancy room.
So that is definitely the fancy room. Like I said, it's got a cot, it's got a writing desk with an actual lit candle at it. It's quite a lot nicer.
Is it? That's the place where the drunk was sleeping?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
This is the one with the actual front cage completely removed.
Okay.
So it's just a regular room. And if you want to have a look around, you can do so.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Give me an investigation check. 11.
Given.
So on the writing desk, there is a half-written piece of parchment of some kind. And looking through the drawers, one of the drawers you find some nuts, or some shells of some nuts.
Hmm.
It's that girl.
Could be.
I'm not saying it is, but I assume the half-written letter doesn't have a name on it or anything.
You look at this scroll, and it's in runes. You can't read what this is.
Well, that's not stupid.
Did you say something?
Irilyssa or Tahko or anybody who knows languages, can you come take a look at this?
I don't know.
What is it, Zagrax?
There's this note here is one would think would be written in a language I at least recognize, but I don't even know what this is.
Let me take a look. Do I recognize it?
Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Spoopy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No.
It looks more like a
Wow.
drawing, like some really, really crudely drawn face. You can kind of just about make out the eyes in the center, and it looks like half the nose is missing.
Can I use my inspiration?
You can, absolutely.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Do you want me to?
Just roll it
And it's
again.
another one.
Just roll it normally again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
realize you were looking at the face upside down.
No.
What are the odds?
It was not meant to be.
Oh my goodness! 2 ones in a row
Oh, that's
on
incredible.
a D20.
It was
Oh
not meant to
man!
be. Unfortunately.
Okay.
It's a face.
Oh,
That face
That's
is
like a one.
looking
That's
up
like
at you.
a-
It's mocking you, and how it's just
That's like a 1 in
half
400
complete.
chance of happening right there. That's crazy.
Not the first
Right.
time.
This is a drawing.
What's it of?
It's of a face. Look. And she'll hold it up.
It's
Look, here's
definitely
the
not.
eyes.
It's not a face.
I don't know if that's a face here, Alyssa.
I mean, I
What
guess
are you talking
it
about?
was-
Look, right here.
Kind of looks like text of some sort.
I'll go over and have a look.
No. No.
Did somebody actually whisper it's not a face?
No,
I
it's
said,
not whispered. It's just like you look at it and you don't see any face. It's just runic
Okay.
text.
I just
having
wanted
a
to make
hard
sure that
time
that was
about
a.
that one.
It's not a.
I can kind of see it.
Well, I just disagreed.
So I will allow one more person to make an Arcana check if they wish.
Dark metagame.
I have a 1, but
Hmm.
unless anybody else is volunteering, I'll take it.
You have a +1. Take it.
All right,
I had advantage.
right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
17.
you're not able to read it particularly, but you do know that this is of a spell. This is a spell scroll, half written.
Yeah, this is a spell. Irilyssa. It's a spell.
Mm,
It's not done, but it's a spell.
Oh,
Does it affect faces?
Yeah, probably.
Duh. Okay.
is there anybody that uses magic here?
I do.
Well, I meant in like the bright one.
I don't know.
Well,
I sh-
the person who we're gonna meet, whose area this might be belonging to, did say they were an enthusiast.
Yeah. Maybe they're just really good at drawing things that look kind of like magic. I mean, if it, yeah, I mean, I can see that too. If you curl the paper here, it'd be like rah 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 rah. But you know, I think it's more important than just a face.
No.
All right.
No. I'm gonna go over.
But out of all of that, there's nothing else that would be remotely identify whoever's staying here.
Nope.
Okay. Did find some shells of some nuts in here, though.
Oh. I'll check out the nuts. Are they the same kind as what's her face?
They certainly seem to be. Give me a nature check.
Huh. Okay. Nature.
They're
7.
nuts. They might be.
They're nuts. Who has nuts anymore? Nuts. Okay. She said she was interested in magic, so.
But didn't she say?
She said she didn't live here.
Oh, she stays here time.
No, she didn't say that at all.
Well, I know, but we can discern that maybe she does.
Maybe she's been in. Maybe she has a giant chunk of crystal jammed in her. Who knows? No one inspected her because she didn't come in. So that's an issue. We know she didn't come in, and the fellow who gave me the rocket, he may or may not be alive, but he definitely didn't come in.
How many of the right ones did come in? Check.
Well, we have the records.
That's true. I just.
We should probably go over those later.
Yeah.
Do some bookwork. Oh, Zagrax, my lordship. Was there anywhere else you wanted to tour while we waited?
So you know that to the south of where you guys are now was the main mess hall that you came in, and then the staircase was over here. You see the pinging.
I swear, Tahko, if you keep calling me that, I will lose it.
I found someone on the pot.
Well,
Good.
you don't have to tell us. I'm gonna follow you.
Yep.
And you will see
Followed Zagrax.
various people around. Those are bright ones, and just imagine that they're going, "Ooh, it's the bright one."
Right one.
And they do come up, especially to use Zagrax, like, "Oh my lord, is it truly you?" In kind of typical fangirlish type thing.
Yep. I mean, you knew this coming in.
Yeah, my curtness and continues to grow with everybody that shows up. Yes, yes. No, I'm not dead. Yes.
Well,
Long have I been prophesied to return. So, you like this?
No.
That even a little.
it's nicer than any other place I've been to so far in Bryn.
It's too.
Being underground preserved this place quite well.
True.
Straw beds. Where did we get those?
Oh, the room that you're in, Elora, that one's locked.
Oh, never mind. I'm not in here.
That's where the that's where Dribbles is.
Oh, okay.
While we're waiting, I'll just be talking idly about how like we might be able to harvest field grasses from the east past East Haven to bring in more, make more beds. You know, whatever. Just small talk while we wait.
Okay.
There's nothing left of you, David. I don't know. Good
So-
idea.
Who are you talking to, Tahko?
Just
random
anybody
guards.
that's bothering to listen.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say
Around
that
the toilet.
this guy, he talks to you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just blather on with him.
And yes, you found the toilet. You can usually smell it before you see it. That thing is disgusting.
Is this room locked?
That is also locked. Yeah, the green bars are the locked ones.
Okay.
Zagrax, you could teach them the importance of humility by cleaning their toilet for them.
The blue ones aren't locked. You can
Here.
open them.
I totally heard it. I assume the room I'm in is like guard room.
Yeah, so there's nobody in there at the moment, but it's clearly quite well used. There's a deck of cards on the center table with a couple of little knickknacks which may have been gambled with, and you can see that there are personal accoutrements on and around each of the beds in there.
Gotcha. I'm gonna walk back over to this guy and ask him actually whose room this is.
Whose room that is? That's kind of frowns for a minute.
Oh.
That's Grant's room.
I don't know if we've met this Grant.
Oh yeah, Grant's great. He's an alchemist or something, I think. He's able to whip up a couple of like little potions that make you feel better.
Here I thought Ronald was the brains behind the operation.
Oh, Renald's great. The work that Renald's doing is truly inspiring for the future of the Bright Ones and indeed Bryn Shander. Getting rid of all the Shardlin badness. Grant's alright. He's helpful, but he doesn't have that same vision.
Would you happen to know where he is now?
Indeed, vision. That is one that certain individuals rarely possess.
Oh.
Reynold appears from north of where you were, Elora. With
Oh, hello.
two other Bright Ones in tow.
Nice to see you again.
Yes, I'm glad that you found our little headquarters here. I hope that the place is to your satisfaction. We've done what we could.
In the circumstances, this is a pretty great spot.
Yes, we're particularly pleased with the walls that we managed to establish upstairs, and of course we have our own shelter down here. Keeps one warm. As much as one can be warm in this blasted realm. So different from Neverwinter, let me tell you. The winters in Neverwinter, it did snow, don't get me wrong, but you could actually go out without your face freezing off.
You know, we weren't always in eternal.
You weren't always what? Oh, winter.
In eternal winter.
Yes, it's really quite strange when you consider that it's currently, August, September, something like that, I believe.
Yeah.
Anyway, I imagine that you, sir, are the Bright One. Pleasure to make your acquaintance in person, at last.
Can I insight check him to see if he's lying?
Sure. Go for it.
He shakes your hand, like you realize his grip's like too tight.
10.
He is talking to you.
Shut up!
His mouth says words, your ears hear them.
Yes, nice to meet you. I've heard much about your work.
Yes, I've done the little bits that I can for the people here. Finding the Shardlin, of course, being our most pressing concern. After all, a full half of the tenets that you laid down are regarding it, so we should be spending at least half of our time in that particular quest.
Seems like a fair assumption, and all until it goes away completely.
Indeed. And have you given any thought as to what you may wish us to do once that has been completed, as I am sure it will be? With my assistance, of course.
The next item that's only a step down from getting the Shardlin in importance is getting Bryn Shander back on his feet.
Yes, of course. This was the beating heart of the 10 towns, although that heart now seems to have progressed over towards Targos. So I hear. They're doing rather better than we are. Might need to up and move the old manor over there. Perhaps might be to be considered. Might even start a second branch of Bright Ones in Targos. Now, wouldn't that be quite the thing?
Just for we know what's the state of Targos again?
You
New capital.
They're okay.
did you? No, you bypassed Targos, so you haven't actually been there.
We bypassed, but from what we've heard, it didn't fare as badly as most other places.
And you do remember
Yeah.
during the dragon attack that many of the people that were fleeing the city were going towards Targos.
Okay.
So the guy we're talking to right here, is this Grant or is this the foppish fellow?
Oh, no, this is clearly Reynold Whitfield. At
Okay,
your
good.
service.
Good. Reynold, I looked at your desk and certainly are quite lacking in supplies.
Yes, I did tell you that, didn't I? Hey, what?
Yeah.
Whoever's place this is right here seems to be rather well set up, though. I'm surprised you haven't corroborated more.
Yes, that is, Tristian, I believe. Came in here rather recently, doing his part.
No? Well, I'd like to talk with him as well, if possible.
He's certainly a fellow that knows his part, knows his things. Yes.
Good. If we could speak in private, we've learned some new things about the nature of Shardlin and what happens after long exposure.
Yes, of course. We can use Tristian's room, or we can use one of the cell blocks. They're rather clearer from prying ears and eyes.
The room sounds best.
Which one? I offered you a
No, you
veritable
said
list.
Tristan's room.
Yes, of course. Out the way, fellows, out the way. More important people coming through.
Wait, what was the name you said? I'm sorry.
Tristian.
Christian.
Oh,
okay.
Christian. Oh, this way.
Tristian.
Tristan.
Tristian. Oh, okay.
All right, Trisket. Got it. No. Just
And these bright ones step back.
Okay. I've discovered a means of purging Shardlin from the body, although it might be a bit painful.
No, well done.
Thank you. And then I'll cast a spell on him.
I'm going to need you
as we are always never expecting that.
to...
Yeah, just give him a little clasp on the shoulder and be like, "Purge."
I like to imagine this is the point where Irilyssa wanders back up with a beer stein in her hand.
Sure.
I'm like, wow, this place is great.
Right, as soon as Roll20 actually does what I want it
She's
to
got
do.
like a stuffed bear under her arm and a corn dog.
What? This isn't a carnival. What are you doing?
I mean, honestly, I've been doing a lot of walking around here, and it's not very fun. So it could be a carnival.
I'm not at the bar, so
You found the bar.
Dang.
That's some shade at carnivals right there.
Talk to some people.
Oh man.
I went to shoot carnival the other day. Not fun.
You walked around, talked to some people.
Rode a couple rides.
As you reach out to touch him, I'm going to need you to make a con save, please. Tahko.
A con save?
Yep.
Wow.
Cool.
All right.
And also... In fact, I'm going to need all of you to make a con save, please.
Oh,
Yeah.
Use.
We're
Wow.
so
I don't
screwed.
know what's going on here?
I'm just giving him a friendly clap on the shoulder. It's
Oh,
supposed
shoot.
to be a surprise.
My roll was to GM, but I rolled an 18.
Well, you're beating me.
I need to work out how this system works.
Oh, what Zagrax?
Wow, the
Zagrax.
bright one nailed it.
Whatever happens here as Zagrax is just a test of your faith.
Mm-hmm.
No one messes with the bright one.
Not nobody, not know how.
That's not true. Like you have like at least 2 groups that want to assassinate you. So like,
Man,
Yeah.
will
can't
they
even
ever get a
pretend.
surprise now when he turns into a fucking bear?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
If he can wake up,
Also true.
Sorry, I just need to double check one thing. I was very well prepared for this, as you can tell.
Honestly, yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't expect we'd be seeing the
Yeah.
basement. So,
or expecting you to be shoulder clasping right here, right now.
Ah,
But hey,
this is why I wanted to talk to him in private, but,
she
I guessed.
brought him into a room.
It is private, kind of.
kinda.
Kind of. That's why.
But still, it just felt like you were delaying plot progressing. And it kind of
True. True. I thought the funny part of it is I thought we came here to see this stuff, talk with them, tell them we can get them stuff. And
Yeah, that we
let
were
him
gonna
back for a
take him
private
home.
dinner,
we were gonna
and
take him to a
then-
private dinner.
and then jump them there.
Our characters have, stuff to do. We don't have time to dilly about.
Yeah, we don't have time to call people individually to us either, but we've been doing that.
I mean, we've just been sitting here
It's like
waiting
I'm
for,
done thinking.
a half hour waiting for him to show up anyway, but
I mean,
It
to
would have
be
been
fair
half an
to
hour
Tahko, I would
wherever
start
we were.
I guess.
So-
sure.
Whatever. We're
Tahko.
gonna end the bright ones.
Yeah.
Regardless.
you reach out to touch Reynold,
Mhm.
and as your magic begins to engage, an explosion rocks out. Thin shards raining out from you, slamming around the room, some of them whirling in a bit of a whirlwind, shredding into you, Irilyssa, even though you are around that corner. And you all take 12
Jeez.
points of necrotic damage
Oh.
What?
as these
Even with
tiny
that
shards
18?
of crystal slam into you.
Ah!
Of
And with that-
Chardelin?
Yep, I'm going to
Yeah.
need you all to roll initiative.
Uh-oh. Hey, did that
Okay.
con check have anything to do with the damage taken?
Sorry, yeah, Vulwin, you did.
Okay, so just
extra
half.
costs.
Because I'll take half.
Nope, you take nothing.
Oh, good.
Whoa!
Hooray!
It's the
It
same.
was
I
Saber's
just
luck.
stand there and all the Chardelin just like hits around me. It's like, oh, God damn it. Tahko.
Hey, you can't prove I did anything. All I did was go to clasp him on the shoulder.
You were alone in the
yeah,
room
I've
with
s-
him. What do you mean we
I'm
can't
saying
prove you
we
didn't
were-
do
I
anything?
can probably
I was just
see you.
friendly talking with him and went to clasp him on the shoulder.
I've seen you walk up to people and clasp them on the shoulder and melt them into a puddle of goo.
Yes! But now it's a random explosion that has hurt me, so it just seems kind of weird.
It's still your fault.
I
You
mean,
didn't want
yeah.
to stick to the plan. I will say that.
Hmm?
You didn't want to stick to the plan.
We didn't really have a
No,
set
we
had a
plan.
plan.
had a pretty good plan.
I was like, we're not going to invite him to dinner. Forget this.
Forget dinner.
It's go time.
It's go time. Well, no one else is ready, and I'm the only
Yeah,
one
it's
in the room.
Yep.
Laura's
room.
kind of in there.
You're over
Most-
here.
While we're in their base.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
in
the
our
fate.
base.
That's the
This is
fate.
supposed to be the bright ones that worship.
No.
Why do you
not really.
believe the fact that they're fine?
Yeah.
Like, of all the times that you're like, these guys are evil, you're like, bruh, it's an old lady with a cane and 6 fingers.
Yeah, suddenly you're like, hey, they got our back. Unless they don't.
Sorry, I messed something up somewhere along the way, and I'm not entirely sure where.
No worries. Take your time. We're just thinking.
I think it was the initiative. It's supposed to go off without a hitch.
It
Yeah,
was, and it
let's roll
hasn't.
initiative.
Yeah.
Helps if I roll initiative.
True.
I was so shocked by what Tahko did, I didn't even think about initiative.
Why are you shocked?
Because we had a plan.
I mean, I My plan was to slap this guy as soon as I got him alone, and I did.
Honestly, Tahko always has a plan. I get it.
Yeah.
Right. Just
are you
out
truly
of
alone,
interest,
though?
the guy that I just rolled, can you see his name?
No.
No, I could see his hit points though. Oh no, I can see my hit points. Never mind.
Oh my god.
It's above my head, but below his head. It's cheesy.
That's fair.
Come on. Roll 20. Roll it. There we go.
Well, somebody's like, how about no?
Really like how about no?
Also, I have to ask too. Isn't this room that's just right across from me, the one that you clasped him on the shoulder in, isn't this just a bunch of like iron bars essentially, and like it's all completely open?
Yes, that room's completely open.
That's not even Tahko. That's not even getting somebody alone.
Yeah, Tahko didn't really.
That's like
Tahko
turning a
just said,
corner.
I'm gonna go, and yeah.
All right. Well.
All right. If it went off, it was supposed to, purge him of the Charlatan, and then he's like fine. And if it didn't go off, then I just like clasped him on the shoulder, and we're good.
But we know that even if they're purged of the Charlatan, they still have remnants of mind control. We saw that with Alfred.
It's not
we saw that with Alfred.
Alfred was an extreme edge case of having a huge chunk.
They all
He's
be
the only case.
controlled, and we don't know.
This guy just has a tiny sliver in him, for all we know.
You don't know that. You didn't see it. You were like, I locate the object, the Charlatan. It's on him, but I can't see it.
Yeah, I mean, it was small enough that it wasn't like showing up.
No.
No. Concerned as if there was Charlatan that came like rocketing out of him. You weren't concerned that he's just screaming for his life. If that were the case, either we could just talk our way out of that one, right?
Wait, did me casting this spell cause it to rocket out of him to the point where it hurt us?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
Well,
that much just leapt out of him?
Something rocketed out.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Oh my god, it was a swad. And now we have alien babies to deal with.
Technically, a slot would stay in him because the slot is alive. Yeah, it's only non-living matter.
This is getting
complicated. A rock slot.
Not really.
So, Elora,
spell is really simplistic in its writing.
I don't even know. What is... Can I, see what has happened to Renauld?
So, Renauld is looking stunned. As Tahko's basically reached out, started doing something, then this explosion's just happened centered on Renauld. You can't see any injuries or anything on him. He's just kind of taken half a step back almost. His mouth open in shock.
Honestly, my first reaction, look at how many shards are within my body. After that.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 3. I'm very in shock.
There seem to be a whole bunch of them just stuck in everywhere.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, my cat's yelling.
I can't hear it, so you're good.
Hold on, I'm so sorry.
I think that's about the normal reaction.
Yeah, have we not had to do wisdom saves, even though we're pierced with these things?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
She has gloves on. Not that much. But, sorry, I have spells that I haven't... I don't know.
We haven't combat in a little bit.
Likely.
I guess, panic.
Panic.
Panic is good. Panic rocks.
Yeah. I actually think she would just try to start getting any of them out of her with her gloves on. I don't know what else she would do. She would just start panicking.
I mean...
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, then she starts panicking more based on the message Mordred just sent her.
The thing is pretty abrupt.
Anything else?
She's going to... Yeah, what have you done?
I don't know.
And, yeah.
Tick, tick.
That's her turn.
All right, Reynolds' turn. So his eyes narrow at you, Tahko. What are you trying to do to me? You cannot take the power within. And his eyes begin to glow purple. His shoulders broaden, veins popping out as they do. His shirt ripping as he basically hulks out, getting a lot bigger.
Cool.
He pulls
This is going great.
a spear from underneath the bed, grabbing the chair that's there as well, holding it like a shield, and then stabs at you.
Oh, good.
Oh. Ah!
At Tahko, that is.
Let's see. I don't have my shield out,
Okay.
so my AC should be 15, I think.
Cool. Does a 8 hit you?
Yes. No.
Does a 16 hit you?
No. Yes, 16 does.
And 15?
Matches. So yes.
So yes. Okay, so you take 28 points of piercing from the 2 attacks as the spear is just rammed into you, twisted, pulled out, and then rammed into you again.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Jeez.
And he just snarls in your face.
I'm-
These are mine!
I'm bloodied.
It's
Bro,
your turn.
what's wrong with you? It's your turn, Highwind.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Good time to start.
All right, I'm gonna pull my shield out. Ronald's become a monster, and actually, on that attack that I just took, I want to use my draconic endurance, if that's all right.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, let me pop that. I'll load that up. Roll a d12 and add double my something. So 6, and add double my Constitution modifier, which is 3. So 28 minus 12.
16.
All right. Stupid math. 12. All right, good. I'm fear deal less damage. I will. So I have a bunch of Charlatan jammed into my body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to cast Purify on myself.
Okie dokie.
So they should all just go, like, clattering to the ground.
Yeah, like they did with Ronald.
Yep.
Well, Ronald was a edge case. I'm hoping. I didn't prepare the spell to be an explosion. I don't know quite what happened, but
Well, I can tell you that the crystals were purged from his body.
oh yeah.
Um,
I don't know where the whole transformation thing came from too, but that's definitely new.
So as you guys look at Tahko, the shards which are currently absorbed into him start popping out.
Popping.
Good.
Anything else?
That's good. No, that's it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, I don't want to move because I don't want to provoke from him. But yeah, that's it.
All right, Vulwin.
I'll yell out, "Come to me, and I'll remove the crystals."
I'm right here.
I got mine first. Don't go away.
Okay. So I managed to avoid the crystals.
Yes, you are crystal free.
Is Zagrax isn't crystal free? Zagrax is peppered with crystals.
No, I'm also crystal free.
Oh, you're crystal free?
I critted the con save.
Oh, I didn't even see that roll. Okay.
Oh, you did too. Yes.
Was
Sorry,
not-
Zagrax. Yeah, you totally avoided
I am
that.
not crystal free. So
You are not
Elora and I-
crystal free.
I'm not
Okay.
crystal free.
Laura's over there. I can hardly see what's happening in that room. Based on like so what I can see from like Irilyssa having been like peppered with those crystals, is there like a lot? Is that something that I feel like I could even like attempt to remove?
You could try. I mean, they're very, very small shards. So you feel like maybe if you just try to brush them away, they might come out like that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm actually going to move over, knowing what I know about, like, crystals are bad. And I'm going to try to reach over and find any crystals that are embedded in Irilyssa and remove them. I'll also take on my knife if I have to pry any out quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
All of the messages in the background.
Right.
For clarity's sake, I just sent you a message.
No, just start panicking.
Panic time! Panic! Panic!
Yeah,
Panic! Panic! Panic!
Does this mean by like me trying to attempt to remove these? I feel like I'm having a purchase of doing this.
I assume you're wearing gloves.
I am from earlier. I have not
Good.
removed them.
I'm glad this guy's just been like a vessel for storing Charlatan.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I have to think about this for just a second.
Oh no.
Sounds like some fun's happening.
Fun times all around.
I mean,
Okay,
aside from him turning into a monster in front of him.
Underground
Okay,
with crystals.
given-
Gotta love it.
Given what I know,
I told you it was a cave.
I like how he just walks away after that too.
I love these things.
Just like mic drop, boom.
I have wireless headphones. I can do that.
Okay. Okay. This is my last message, and then I'll continue on with the turn because I don't want to take too long in the turn. But it's all happening kind of quickly. But I want to see if this is something I can discern from what you've told me.
Give me a perception check.
Sure. 11. Because like I'm basically grasping something you're mentioning to me, but you got to know how I'm discerning this. Okay. I'm gonna look at Irilyssa, who probably looks a bit in shock, as I'm trying to sweep away the crystals. And you notice I'm not sweeping them away, and they're still there. And I'm gonna be like, the crystals, they're not real.
What?
And if that was my action to do this?
Yeah, I'll say it was a bonus action.
Okay.
You're pretty perceptive.
Cool. Then my action then would be to take a dodge stance. And
Okay.
pretty much that's my realization. That's why I spent my turn doing, and I told this to Irilyssa, and I said this out loud. So anybody can hear me.
All right, Irilyssa.
Oh boy. Okay. So Irilyssa is going to reach into her bag pull out a handful of rose petals and cast Sleep at 3rd level.
Okay.
Wow.
Over all of us. No, I'm just kidding.
So that's 42 hit points worth of creatures.
Oh.
So which one are you targeting first?
Well, it's...
Isn't it least HP to...
Is it
It's
an
least HP to
explosion?
most
and-
HP
Yeah.
in a 20-foot radius, well, area from where I choose, but I'm choosing centered on myself.
Okay. I'm still going to say, so of the 3 bright ones nearest you, which one do you choose?
Oh, probably the one that's closest to me.
That one falls asleep. Is there an icon for sleep? Sleep. Let's do that one. Looks like he's yawning. It's time to sleep, I think. He just curls up on the floor in front of you.
Are we taking how are we handling this?
Don't
I
kill
don't
them?
want to hurt these people.
Yeah.
They're not
All
even
right.
attacking us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, wait a minute, I guess.
Stick to the plan the best we can.
The plan's already out the window.
I know.
All right. So after Irilyssa does that, he is going to move here to try and prevent anyone from waking this guy up.
Okay. Sounds good. That one's gonna go. What the hell's happening?
I don't.
This one's gonna come move in a little bit closer. What's happening here? Huh? Everyone's asleep. Zagrax.
Hooray! So let me just recap. I watched Tahko walk up to Renault, put his hand on him, assuming that he's going to use his spell, and then all of a sudden Renault exploded and is now a massive purple hulk creature.
Yes.
There was time between that, though, right? Just like
Really?
6 seconds of time.
he did. He said something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he said,
Don't
these are mine.
fire.
You can't take them.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
And then he pulls out a spear from nowhere and just starts stabbing me.
So, yeah, okay.
I mean, it's Renault.
so
To me, it's probably a longsword or something like that. It's just the character sheet started with a spear. We'll say it's a longsword.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
So he's got a
Okay,
longsword
so-
and a chair.
Chair.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll just yell out that
Not a tiger.
that Renault's drunk on. I mean, sure, I guess. I'll just yell out that Renault's on has been corrupted by the crystals, and pull out his my hammer and shield and go over here. Oh, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. And then shell bonk him.
Go for it.
He's a
With
crystal.
advantage.
He's all hopped up on crystals.
Yeah.
He's been corrupted by crystals. And bam. Okay. There's a 26 hit.
Oh.
I don't have the plugin to hook up to my stuff.
Oh.
And-
Sadly.
Are you hitting with non-lethal damage?
Yes.
26
Non-lethal bonk.
does indeed hit.
Okay,
I should
good.
hope.
So go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. Ding. I messed up that somewhere. I found it. Okay. For 11.
The bright one's back.
11 points of damage. Very nice.
Hoo-wah, hoo-wah,
So you
the bright
slam the warhammer into his back, and he just grunts, rolls his shoulder like it's just a little bit stiff, and just looks behind him. It's like, false prophet.
Non-lethally slams. Great hammer.
Oh, true. I did have advantage. We'll just if it crit. Oh,
No, same.
roll the same thing.
Close.
Not crit.
Wow.
Use that
Crit
advantage.
adjacent.
That's-
Okay, and then second attack.
Before you do
That
that,
didn't work. Did it work?
before you
Okay.
do that,
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Those words.
where should I put this?
Dang it! I made
What?
sure that the thing worked, but it was my crit. Fun.
Oh, well, you got it.
One thing.
Well, I was-
At least it works.
Yeah, it works if you're allowed to make that attack.
Yeah. Pain.
Something may happen before that resolves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking for. Probably doesn't actually matter, but a
It's nap
crystal
time.
materializes behind Tahko and Elora. So as
Oh.
you slam into him, the pulsing purple veins seem to pulse more brightly, and then coming out from the floor beneath, you just get a as this crystal appears and solidifies.
Oh, I'm not going to hit him.
And then
No,
your
destroy the crystal.
second hit, was
Yeah.
that a crit?
So I rolled the first one, which was the second attack. So that would be 17. And then I just fixed the script so I could figure out how it works, and then it crits. So.
Okay, so 17 hits.
Oh, 5 damage.
5 points of damage. So this time you slam into him again, but now he wheels around, bats your warhammer almost aside with the chair, and you still get a pretty solid impact on him, but it's more of a glancing blow because of the chair block.
Hooray. And then do I even know that the crystal came up?
Give me a perception check.
Would I have heard it?
I mean, you could probably see it behind me, maybe.
You're very big and tall.
That's true.
Well, it's important if I would have heard it.
Yeah, perception check.
Well, yeah, but is it hearing or is it sight?
It's pretty quiet in here. I'll say hearing.
Smell
Hearing's
the
fine.
crystal.
Okay. Can I smell the crystal?
You better not be sniffing
I
crystal
smell
while we're
it?
here.
Oh,
So you definitely
Wow.
you hear
Smell
something break through the tiles of the floor, and then looking down between Tahko's legs, you see that this purple crystal seems to have been forcing itself up through the ground.
Probably hear Elora go, "Ah!" too.
True.
That's just a normal sound Elora makes. Though. That's not a special occasion.
That's so true.
Taco's pooping out crystals.
So is there anything else you'd like to do?
I see the crystal, but also Vulwin said the crystals are fake, but heard it come through the ground. I'm a.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Be a little
misinformation going on.
damn.
Okay. And we go 5 and 10. And then can I use my bonus action to shield bash the crystal?
Sure. Roll an attack.
Take this, crystal.
Crystal prone.
Yeah, does it fall over?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
It makes that
Dang it.
slippery.
So
It makes
you-
that slippery, nearly falling noise. Before
You
it
slam the warhammer into the crystal and just rebounds off of the hard surface.
Unfortunate. And that ends my turn.
And the crystal begins to pulsate with an inner purple energy before shattering with a violent explosion. And I need Zagrax, Tahko, and Elora to roll me a dex save, please.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Vulwin, you ready to run?
12.
You ready to run?
Okay, so Zagrax, you succeed. Elora and Tahko, you fail. You both take 1 point of damage as a little piece of crystal pops out of this thing with far less dramatic
not so bad.
drama than you would have expected, before then disappearing.
Oh,
I should have bonked the boy. Sad.
crystal.
Well, at least it destroyed itself. It saves us the trouble.
Yeah.
So those two do nothing. So top of the round, and I think that is the point that we will end this because it is now 10.
Yep.
The tension.
Underground crystals.
I hate it.
Yep.
Y'all were making fun of me for saying this was a cave. It's a cave.
We weren't making fun of you. We were just
I was
disagreeing.
Those things
in
to be
denial.
so, and they won't be so.
Yeah. It's a cave.
Besides, it wouldn't have been a cave if we had a dinner party in a tent.
I'd rather this explosion happen here than at the tent.
Yes, as you knew this was going to happen. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
So chat, I am now
This is a
actually
better
reading
choice.
chat, so if you have any questions for us, there's your opportunity. I forgot to do this last time, so we'll spend a little bit of time. If you have any questions or anything for us, then do let
Do we
us
have
know.
any shout-outs or anything?
We have Sandrock who followed, so thank you very much for the Sandrock. Otherwise,
Woo, Zagrax!
quiet day today.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it a Gundam?
Yeah, that's what it makes me think of. It's one of my favorite guns.
Oh. I was thinking of Shale.
Similar enough.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be in a desert, it's a pretty common one. He could be metamorphic though. I don't know. I just think sedimentary when I think of Zagrax.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Thank you for that word of wisdom.
Go
You're
to the Paradox
welcome.
offices next Sunday, use their computers and internet. I'm reluctant to do that because there's secret stuff on those computers, and I don't want to stream anything with secret stuff on it.
Ooh.
Which is why I'm not
fair.
using my
You
work
need
laptop to do
that.
this, because that would also be an option.
Yeah.
That's why I'm using my phone to do Discord, because work
Mm.
laptop for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Smart.
3 weeks-ish and counting until I move.
Whee!
Yay!
Then I just need my stuff to arrive, which I don't know how long that'll take.
Oh, I figured it. How long would that?
like secrets though?
I don't know about
How long?
like.
How long would that take? I mean, it's just a flight away, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Mail
shouldn't take
to
that
yourself?
long, but logistics at the moment are a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, because of Brexit.
everywhere.
And also just everything else, like logistics in general are bad.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Oh, okay.
I do think that mostly affects shipping, but yeah. Oh, speaking of logistics, is a interesting stat. When COVID lockdown happened, have a guess what the most busy airport in the world was?
None?
No, that there was an airport which actually became more busy during COVID.
More busy. I don't know. No clue.
It's really unlikely. It's a fascinating stat.
What is it? Madagascar? No.
No,
Like
Sorry, I'm thinking
Taiwan?
no.
Right.
It is North America.
North America.
Alaska's airport?
Yeah, Anchorage.
Yeah,
Damn.
that makes sense.
Because it's like right up the top there and most planes fly over the poles.
Yeah.
So Alaska is like the premier destination for cargo, and it's usually like the third busiest airport anyway. But it briefly became the most busy during the COVID period because cargo was still shipping. That didn't stop.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I guessed it. Yay!
Whoop. Question, bit out the scale of the campaign, but Mordred, how would you DM yourself as Zep with limiting how to use skills for different things? I'd probably be a bit stricter than Midges on the exact definition of artificer lore. I have been trying to self-discipline myself on that, but it's just such a widely usable skill. So for reference, I have a plus 11 when using that skill.
Jeez.
Zep is the very definition of a skill monkey. He's ridiculous. Anything that requires skills. But the other thing with Zep is he's kind of rubbish in fights. Like, he's really, really good outside of fights. He's a support character.
Yeah.
In battles, he just rides up to people and then uses the boomstick.
I once made a character that was an intentional super weenie for fights. Like at level 11, I think he had a 1d6, but he was just like ridiculously good at skills.
It's basically Zep. Although Zep's not completely useless in battles, it's just compared to the others, he's not as good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The thing that Zep has going for him is he actually has like second highest hit points in the party, because Artificers get a D8 and he's got a 16 con.
Wow.
Plus he's got his Steel Defender pet, who also has another like 60.
Yeah.
Right.
And because he's a gnome, he's a small creature, he can ride mediums. Steel Defender's a medium.
Works.
And because he's an Artificer, the blunderbuss, which is a large weapon, couldn't usually use it. He just bolted it to his mount. As long as he's on the mount, he can use the arquebus. Like a mounted machine gun or something.
Nice. Mounted machine gun.
Am I reading that right? This create something I could turn off Tahko out of combat. Just like turned out,
Power switch.
Just walking around like I am Tahko.
Just storming into Elora's bottle until we're ready for combat. And then, like,
She's
just
like,
pull you
no, time out.
Yeah.
So this is
it's funny.
meta knowledge, but it's hilarious because the guy you're hitting has an ability that every time you do damage to him, which that would have done, it triggers.
Oh.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do with the spell. It just would have.
Yeah.
That's actually hilarious because it looks like you did it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, the spell I did doesn't do any damage. It's a non-damaging
Wow.
spell.
You saw what
You
it
just
did to the
didn't
wounded
know.
guy.
Yeah, but it didn't
Literally cost-
damage.
Now
Like,
imagine trying to
yeah.
tear crystals out of somebody, if he has crystals on
Yeah.
him, of course.
Yeah, but it's magic.
Something.
It's not-
I think he
Yeah.
might just be
Did
crystal,
damage,
you know?
though.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
thought about that too. I was like, what's the case if that happens? Like, if the. Oh, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Plus, this guy has issues.
That's great. We can
I think
still
Yeah, no
everybody in
kidding.
Bryn Shander has issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
do
been-
anyone want to send a message to Dark Suns and say, hey, we got a target?
Hey, we got a target. Yeah, bring
Okay.
that scary dude that eviscerated Elora out. That would help.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll help you out this time.
Dark Suns versus the Corrupted Bright Ones would be an interesting fight.
My Shan just says back, no.
No.
We cool. You killed my entire following. We cool.
We killed your entire following because they attacked us. We were just walking in to say hi.
You went
True.
into their super secret hideout and then
Well-
shouted
And
at
stole
them.
their key.
Yeah, and I guess the same thing's going to happen here. It's just not a super secret hideout, so let's repeat what we did before. Come on, everyone.
The town's saved, and there's no more violence if everybody's dead.
I mean, that is a way to save the town, I guess.
Oh, we
Man,
need to destroy the
Tahko
town to
for
save
telling
it.
me that.
Is the town the structures or is town the people? Because if it's the structures, then oh yeah, easy way to save the town. The
Well,
other
the people are really friggin' screwed up right now, so what do you want?
Manjo, I like to think we just throw ourselves into the thick of what has already happened. Like, we're not necessarily bringing the destruction. We are
True.
just there for it, and we sometimes cause it to make things better.
There's just
Yeah.
a lot going on.
Yeah. I didn't cause this. It just happened.
Yeah, but we're still
Eternal
gonna.
winter is not our fault.
Somehow the eternal winter is Tahko's fault. I don't know how, but it is.
I mean, he did sit on that throne and did like, stuff happen. So
That
partially
was
to blame.
hilarious.
You made it worse.
That's a statement.
I controlled the winds for a short while.
Highwind.
That's,
I win.
shut up, you.
This got interesting fast.
Yeah.
Faster than I kind of expected, to be honest.
Yeah, us too.
Because Reynolds was supposed to just talk to you and then maybe you explore this place and uncover some stuff. But then, just like, I'm going to do the spell on him right now. Boom.
That's kind of how I roll. So if this guy ever gets hurt, he just explodes in crystal?
I'm not going to say exact parameters.
Okay, because I just want to see him like stub his toe and be like, ow! Yeah.
That would be pretty funny, to be fair.
But apparently they're not real. Actually, the best part is when you find out that Vulwin's just lying to you guys.
Yeah, what do you mean they're not real? Are they wood chips? I mean, what just blasted into our face?
You should ask in game at some point when it's your turn.
Okay.
You know, if Mordred puts out a map, tell Tahko to go and wait outside, then you'll avoid combat. You could absolutely have done this map with no combat. This was going to be just exploration.
Oh, wow. All right. Well.
Oh, yeah.
I always expect combat when I see a map, but yeah.
I also had I have a map for the upstairs area as well. It's just that Roll20 rows run so slowly on this laptop. I'm like trying to do as little with those as I can.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, it's true. Like, maps can always mean, like, potential combat. They don't necessarily mean combat.
That's true.
Sometimes it is more fun to actually explore an area, you know, rather than theater of the mind. And I know for viewers, that helps out a lot, too.
Unless those that just listen to this as a podcast. Then they're super confused by the maps.
True.
True. Which is why we try to describe what we're doing most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a lot of discussions about that. We're fairly conscious about wanting to make sure that everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going to walk over here now.
Potential combat. Unless Tahko is there, then it's just combat.
Yeah, that's true.
But I must admit, this is like one of the hardest storylines I've come up with. I was agonizing over this for weeks, trying to work out what the hell I was going to do with the Bright Ones.
Yeah?
Like, when I came up with the Bright Ones, it was just kind of a throwaway joke, and then you just ran with it. I was like, oh, god damn it, now I have to roll with this.
Players do that. Yeah.
How does this relate to the main storyline? That was another complication. Because I want, like, any side quest needs to relate to the main somehow. And it does.
Yeah.
Or you're so far off course that you're like, there, yeah, we've ditched that a long time ago.
But one thing I will say is, depending on how this works out, Zagrax, you may actually get a stronghold out of this. So think about that.
Yeah, see, I'm helping. I mean, you're already a lord or a king or
Majesty.
a god. I don't really know what they revere you as, but they sure as heck revere you.
They don't know either, to be fair.
Yeah.
You'll be in charge of the Bright Ones once again, and then you can get an alliance with the Dark Suns, and they'll be like doubly powerful. So that's another force to challenge
I'll have my
own church.
Have foot soldiers and an assassin corps.
Who occasionally want to assassinate you? No biggie.
Yeah. Well, we'll come to terms on that.
What is the Prince of Bright and Darkness?
Oh, cool. That just sounds pompous.
Reynolds.
I am the darkness of the light.
Bright darkness.
Prince of the Eclipse.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
That's true. Zag was born as a prince, but nobody ever gave him the respect of royalty.
Yeah.
He is the son of a clan chief.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. I mean, also you have to keep in mind that Zagrax again was the one that put all of us together. So.
Oh, hey! If he was born as royalty and eventually became royalty, that just kind of helps for your game to sort of have that sense of divine providence, where he's just supposed to be royalty, and whether or not he's denied it, it just happens anyway. See? Whether you want to or not, you'll always become royalty, Zagrax, because it's just what you were meant to be.
It's destiny. It is your blood.
Or is it destiny, or is it through his actions he has made this happen?
You are of noble blood.
All you have to do is send Tahko away.
I mean, interestingly, I don't think I'm spoiling anything about this at this point, but yeah, one of Zagrax's secret backstory pieces is that he is a lost heir whose predecessor once dead.
What?
Yeah, that makes absolute sense.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that.
Pretty sure Zagrax is like, hey, that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, I don't think I'm spoiling anything here.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the storyline. Like, it's one of the written things.
Oh, it's him dead.
One of your characters
want him
is the
alive.
heir of a nomadic tribe,
Yeah.
and the nomadic tribe realizes he's alive and wants him dead.
Huh. Oops.
Everyone wants him dead. Mm-hmm.
I think at least half my party doesn't want me dead.
At least half.
At least. At least
Anyway,
a quarter.
chat.
I know.
Do you have any other questions for us? Or if you guys want to ruminate on anything, feel free.
I think we take Tahko out at the shins.
I'll
Might be
use
as
them
tall
as
as the rest of you.
After
right now.
this. Yeah.
What we do is we cut
I
off his
just wish
feet
that he would
and cut
remember
off
the
his
plan
hands,
for
and
like
then we
4
heal
minutes.
his hands to where his feet should be. And we heal his feet to where his hands should be.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna heal my feet to my shins, so I'd be like Cotton from King of the Hill walking around.
No.
I'll kill Pretty Man!
Yeah, Macho, I don't know about that statement about the Nut Girl, but I will say that she is a possible replacement for Tahko in this party. So,
Can we please?
we're
Can
starting
we
to think
please
about
not call her Nut Girl?
Yeah! I was
Her
gonna
name
play
is
the Nut
Flora.
Girl.
Let's just stick with Flora, please.
it. Flora.
Flora the Nut Girl.
How old is she? 14? Can we not call her the Nut Girl?
I think perhaps that you're thinking with a different line.
Her name is Flora.
Her name is
Call her
Flora.
Flora.
She's Flora. We're good.
Flora.
Flora the
Flora.
Nut Girl.
No. No.
Flora the
Moving
girl
on.
who likes putting
Moving
nuts.
on.
Indeed. So session was great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you for running. It got a lot crazier than I thought it would.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I was a bit concerned it was a bit slow at first. It was like, you're still doing medical stuff until you're not doing
Yeah.
medical stuff. And like, when do you want to stop doing the medical stuff? I guess I'll stop you myself.
Yep. Well, when we're done.
Well, to be fair, it's nice that Irilyssa and Tahko actually had that time in the limelight for doing medical stuff in general, because I feel like it was a good focus shift onto their characters.
I was just envisioning MASH the whole time.
Yes, absolutely. And you
Such
being
a good
Hawkeye kind of fits. Anyway, I think that will draw things to a close here. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when we are live again in the future, which should be next Sunday, unless there are any other circumstances where we wouldn't. Cool.
No, I should be good.
I'm good.
Could be. I'll let you know if I'm like,
Okay, cool. Otherwise, if you've enjoyed this and you want to support the channel, do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out and lets us do more of this kind of content. Quinland DK, maybe. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And we will be back next Sunday, as I said. We have a Discord, which is really kind of piggybacking off my own Discord. We should really set up one for Digital Dragons. I think it's time.
Mm-hmm.
Get a public one going.
Yeah, we should start working on that still. So.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I think that's all from us. And we'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.
Woo!